Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie.
Controversial team.
Comment profanity with Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag. The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
We gotta completely take down regular radio. We gotta fucking just destroy it.
I want it like it was, where, you know, language was realistic and raw.
Destroy it.
Sexual content is realistic, and just fucking people reacting with people is realistic.
Sit the fuck back.
I'm being a trumpeter.
I got a catchy name. Shit radio.
All right, we hit a low here.
We have contact. Oh my God, Jimmy's face is all over her pussy.
Whoa, look at how small my butthole is.
That's funny. This is shit radio.
And it fucking stinks. It stinks.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. We are live here at Sirius XM Satellite Radio. All this shit is going down. You got to do a live radio show. You can't just throw them a repeat.
No!
Not on a day like today, where it's the first anniversary of Sully Sullenberg landing that piece of shit jet in the Hudson.
Is that a year ago today?
A year ago today. They're having a big celebration.
Opie, just please don't say the year that Sully
Who are you?
landed the plane. Anthony.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how
I haven't
you
seen
doing?
you in a while. What were you saying?
It's called The Miracle on the Hudson.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're going to have a breakfast.
Yeah.
They're going to have a breakfast with the people that responded. They're going to have a breakfast with the horrified passengers. And, of course, Sully's going to be there with his creepy mustache, creeping everybody out. And then what they have decided, man, the people in charge are just so dumb. They're going to kind of take a ferry to where the plane landed, and they're going to toast the situation. They're going to toast each other. They're going to toast the water.
Oh, my God, please, boat just sink.
How great would that be?
Oh, they're all flailing and freezing in the water.
Or there's another Sully coming down the Hudson just
Ironic.
at that moment.
Yeah, but what irony.
Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? No, your song isn't ironic at all. You ever listen to the words of that song? There's nothing ironic about the fucking song. But anyway, it's the first anniversary, and they're doing a big to-do about it.
To-do?
Yeah, they got passengers all over local TV here in New York, and then they'll do the ferry thing later on today and toast the river, I guess.
And then
they're going to say hi to the river.
Yeah. I say good morning every morning, and... And there's a special on, is that this Sunday? Brace for Impact?
Yeah, that has to be this weekend.
Where they have computer generated plane and the whole...
You know, I'm a video-making fool now, right? This is what drives me nuts. I said it a year ago. That fucking plane almost hit my building.
Yeah.
We saw it coming in. And I had my HD flip, but I'm like, what's this HD flip about? And it was just in a box on my desk.
Oh.
And then I think it was that made me go, I probably should figure out what this HD flip is about and start carrying it around, because news happens all the fucking time. And I would have had the shot.
Can I tell you,
the one shot they have really does suck.
You might not have, honestly, dude, even if you had the flip, a moment like you're in your apartment, you're probably not going to be carrying it around. You're probably more likely to have it had you been outside by the park just filming something. But if you're in your apartment...
It was right there. I got cameras all over my apartment now,
here's what
man.
you need
just
to
sitting
do,
there
yeah.
ready to go, because...
Right by the window.
Yeah, because it was a jet barely off the water. It was... when something's different when you look at that Hudson River every day. Whatever, but
You should leave it. Yeah, do you have one right at the window?
Now I got them everywhere, but, there's going to be no tragedies outside my window of that.
You don't know. A lot of shit happens on the Hudson.
Although someone that was in my house that day did take a cell phone video right afterwards, which is way better than anything I've ever seen on TV.
Really?
Did they give it to TV?
No.
Why?
He's got them where they're just kind of standing on the wings and all that. It's a pretty good freaking shot. Well, these idiots, they don't tell me until almost a year later, and then it's on one of their Facebook pages. I'm like, what?
You know who they should take a lesson from? Our own E-Rock, who, if you recall, had some of the greatest pictures ever.
That wasn't for that crash, though. Wasn't that the helicopter going?
That was the helicopter going into the river. But when it comes to news, and especially here in the city and pictures,
right.
E-Rock's the man. If you able to zoom in 8 billion times.
True.
And pop up the picture. Yeah.
But now I'm prepared, so, now I go down the Hudson River when it freezes over, and I pan 3 or 4 times. Terrific. That's just like getting Sully landing in the Hudson River.
Waiting for that good shot.
But that's going down a year ago today. We got the audio if we want to, work through that again.
Ooh, Sully.
Do you want to hear the audio?
Yeah, it's been a year.
Let's all remember.
This is our remembrance, and then we move on to real shit.
Here we go, remembering.
A year ago today.
Cactus 15.9, turn left lane 270.
This is Cactus 1539. Hit birds through lost thrust on both engines, returning back towards LaGuardia.
Okay, you need to return to LaGuardia. Turn left heading up 220.
220.
Tower, stop your departures. Got emergency returning. It's 1529.
I noticed they said 220. They were going to turn right over your building, Jimmy.
It would have been funny though if they did. I was some local Upper West Side humor for everybody.
I like keeping it local.
What I'm amazed at is this: there's no panic. These guys never panic.
Bird strike, lost thrust in 2 engines.
Lost thrust in those engines.
Yeah, we're going to come back to LaGuardia.
Returning. It's 1529. Bird strike. He lost he lost the thrust in the engines. He's returning immediately.
Cactus 1529. Which engines?
He lost thrust in both engines. He said.
Got it.
Cactus 1529. If we can get it to you, do you want to try to land 1013?
We're unable. We may end up in the Hudson.
Hi, Cactus 15.9. It's going to be left traffic to runway 31.
Unable.
Did you hear
Okay,
me?
what do you need to land? Cactus 15.9. Runway 4 is available if you want to make left traffic to runway 4.
I'm not sure we can make any runway. What's over to our right? Anything in New Jersey? Maybe Teterboro?
Okay, yeah, off your right side is Teterboro Airport. Do you want to try to go to Teterboro?
Yes.
Teterboro, Empire. Actually, LaGuardia departure guy, emergency inbound.
Hey, guys.
Cactus 1529 over the George Washington Bridge. Wants to go to the airport right now.
Wants to go to our airport. Check. Does he need assistance?
Yes, it was a bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1?
Runway 1, that's good.
Cactus 1529, turn right 280. You can land runway 1 at Teterboro.
We can't do it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
We're going to be in the Hudson.
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus? Cactus 15.9, radar contact is lost. You also got Newark Airport up at 2 o'clock in about 7 miles. Eagle 54718, turn left lane 210.
210, 4718. I think he said he was going in the Hudson.
Cactus 1529, Houston. Eagle 54718, climb maintain 12000.
12000 and even 5 at 288.
Eagle 54718, I'm sorry, I missed that. Say again?
And we're up to 12,289.
Okay, thank you. Eagle 54718, turn left 220.
20478.
Was that Cactus so far this happened, is he?
Yeah, it was the Cactus. He was just north of the George Washington Bridge when they had the bird strike.
Wow. So at the end of the call, was he talking to another plane, I guess?
Yeah.
Because Sully said, he was out. He was.
I don't think the guy understood. He said, we're going in the Hudson. Sully said that. And then the controller didn't seem to understand what he said, and he's still giving him directions on how to get to a runway. And the guy, one of the other planes, was like, "Bah, I think it's in the Hudson."
Wow,
bah.
That's amazing.
Those guys are amazing under pressure, though, man. It's like he just didn't panic.
I'm going in the water. Oh my God!
Believe me, that's how it would have. Birds water.
What are you talking about? Crash! Oh my God!
He probably knew he was going to be okay. You know what I mean? It's like, I know I can land in the Hudson. It might not be good for the people behind me.
Captain Jimmy Nortonberger would have sucked.
Hey, there's that punching bird at the fucking plane!
I knew this would happen.
This plane sucks!
Would you like to try to do a runway 1 at Teterboro?
The water!
Runway, where is it?
Oh my God.
Fuck New Jersey!
Just crying.
Cracking under
It's
pressure.
lost! Fuck it! We're all dead!
And this is all going through the
they
through the plane.
release the tape and you're just a faggot.
But I would have it on the fucking loudspeaker in the plane. We're all gonna die!
Yeah, Sully just went like,
Brace for impact.
"Oh, I'm gonna die! Kiss your loved ones!"
God damn, he just really was fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to get much better than that.
No, that's
as we move forward through
good.
time. That was one for the ages. And they're celebrating today as they go in the middle of the Hudson River on a ferry and do a little toast. A little toast for everybody, yeah.
Oh, is all the plane people?
As many as they could get back, I'm sure.
I don't like
They're known as the plane people now.
But they call them survivors.
Yeah, they're survivors that have a story to tell that they're going to have to tell for the next 50 years over and over and
that's
over
what it is.
and over again.
They were talking about that whole get-together that they're going to have. Get-together. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now they're going to sit there and talk about it like they talk to everybody. That's their one big story that they get to tell everybody.
You know that any one of them one-on-one is a fucking dullard. A year and a day ago, any one of them I would have fucking burned alive just to lighten traffic.
And they're all taking one tiny,
That's a good one.
tiny insy bitty detail from that day and just blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Do you know who people want to hear from? It's the people who are in the emergency rows, who are on the wing. Because those are probably the people with the most interesting story.
Get out of my way!
You know,
losing it.
You know, the survivors look at one person as an asshole. Oh, that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, remember him? Remember that guy?
That fucking guy over there almost blew it for all of us.
Pushing everyone out of the way, stepping on children.
They know. The survivors know who the real assholes are.
And who the heroes are.
Oh, yeah.
There's an older black couple. They remember the one guy who was like, whites first. He just panicked. He's an old guy.
Oh, my God.
He's an old man.
That would be hysterical. Stay here and die. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
One old white guy got knocked out because he forgot where he was. You in the back of the line, boy. Push.
You never want one of these things to happen to you in your life because it then becomes your life.
It defines your
life, and that's all you have to talk about. That's all anyone wants to ask you about. You never want that. I mean, we went to Dealey Plaza to check out the JFK thing. And you know, not only every anniversary, there are people that go there every single day because they were there that day in 1960.
1963.
63, right? No. Yeah, 63.
Yeah,
Jesus.
November 22nd.
Stay home.
And they're there every day to talk to whoever will listen to them about what they saw that day. And they're now really old people.
Yeah.
And that's their whole life. Their whole life became just hanging out at Dealey Plaza.
Well, and people who weren't even there that day. People who just are like Robert Groden, who we met when we were down there in 2004. Yeah. He's like, they say he's one of the most knowledgeable conspiracy guys. We were talking to him. He's there every day.
He's there every day.
Since it happened. Like this event hasn't ended for people.
Everyone that's on this plane, you know that as, you know, time goes by and they drop dead, every one of their obituaries is going to go, he was a survivor of flight, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, is that the, look, they used Microsoft Flight Simulator with the audio?
Oh, really?
Who did that? That's pretty cool.
YouTube's been running really slow lately. It's hard to fucking get videos playing for whatever reason. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, look at it. It's kind of choppy.
Oh, we can't watch this whole thing.
They just show
1549.
What is that? Simulation?
Yeah. That's the Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I want to be in the cockpit one time and see what it looks like to take off.
Yeah, it's got to look cool through that window.
It's got it, man. Just to see what that's like.
You just see blue skies. Nothing but blue.
You look out the side.
Yeah.
That's true.
Cactus 1549, 700, climbing 5,000.
Oh, this is okay.
Cactus.
Now he's just over
Cactus
the water.
1549, no departure to contact, climb, maintain 15,000.
And where's the birds?
You see a little cigar and a bird.
Cactus 1549.
And now it's just turning banking left over some land.
Yeah, that's
It looks pretty cool, though. I mean, but you're seeing from the perspective of being behind the plane.
Yeah.
And above the plane. You're not on the plane.
Graphics have just gotten amazing.
Yeah.
And that would have been just some stick figure plane.
Please, 20 years ago.
Cactus 1549, turn left lane 270.
This is Cactus 1539. Hit birds through lost west on both engines returning back towards LaGuardia.
They show the
Okay,
engines on
you need
fire.
to return to
They show
LaGuardia. Turn
smoke
left
coming
heading
out.
up
You don't even see the birds.
220.
They should have showed the
Copy
bird
to
faces
Parker's,
close
got
up,
emergency
like bird
returning.
lips going, fuck.
1529. He bird strike. He lost all engine. He lost the thrust in the engines. He's returning immediately.
Cactus 1529, which engines?
He lost thrust in both engines. He said.
Got it.
Christ.
And now
Cactus
he's
1529. We can get it for you. Do you want to try to land runway 13?
The plane is shaky. You know how rocky that must have been going in?
just trying to keep the nose
Give
up.
left traffic to runway 31.
Wow. It's banking hard left,
Okay,
coming
when do
down.
you need to land?
Oh,
Cactus
man.
1529. Runway 4 is available if you want to make left traffic to runway
Fuck.
4.
And then
What's the word to our right? Anything in New Jersey? Maybe Teterboro?
Okay, yeah, off your right side is Teterboro Airport.
Yeah.
You want to try to go to Teterboro?
He's like, no way.
They got my fucking building.
Teterboro,
That's my building on the left.
Actually, LaGuardia Departure Guy, emergency inbound.
It went right by my
Cactus
window.
1529 over the George Washington Bridge. Wants to go to the airport right now.
He's like, no way.
Does he need assistance?
Yes, it was a bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1?
Runway 1, that's good.
Cactus 1529, turn right 280. You can land runway 1.
He's
at
right
Teterboro.
over he's just kind of running on the Hudson. He can't,
Okay, which one
There
would
goes
you
your
like at
building,
Teterboro?
Jimmy.
He knows. He knows at that point there's no making.
yeah, he couldn't even, like, the Hudson's not that big.
decision.
It's not that wide. He just
Yeah.
couldn't clear the Hudson. And why would you when you
Sorry, say
got
again,
it?
Cactus?
He's like, I can't talk to you. I'm busy trying to crash this plane.
Shut up, dummy. I got
Cactus
something to do
1549,
now.
radar contact is lost. You also got Newark Airport up here, too, talking
And
about
they show him
7 miles.
going right in from the simulation.
Pull up. Pull up.
Yes, water.
Oh, that was a much nicer landing.
Yeah, whatever.
Eagle 5
Yeah.
Kind of cool, I
The
guess.
simulation is a little bullshit. They make it look like he just landed on ice. His wheels were down. Yeah, they show like a fucking. Steve, did you get that from Kimmel last night? The end of Kimmel.
The end of Kimmel?
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's a year ago today that Sully landed.
Yeah.
This is the funniest thing. Okay, before he gets back to his office, we're just having Steve run around getting late night clips for no apparent reason.
Things have I don't know what happened on Kimmel.
Yeah, of
Probably
course.
was nothing.
So next time he comes in, it'll be something else.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to go back into his office, so we'll be quiet.
Speaking of the late night wars, it's getting real ugly. I guess TMZ's reporting that Leno officially signed a contract for the whole hour now.
Well, I didn't know that Jay's contract. I didn't know that if they pulled him off the air, they'd have to give him $60 million.
Pull who off?
Leno for his 10 o'clock show, because you knew he wasn't going in there naked.
Right.
And $60 million they would have had to.
Wow, they just throw money around at NBC.
It's amazing.
Willy-nilly.
How they kept him from going to ABC and killing him. I think,
Hey, they threw us a lot of money after only 3 shows.
What?
XFL.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that was a hell of a payday.
They paid us for 20-some-odd episodes, and we only did like 3 or 4.
We made a fucking boatload from NBC after
Did you
that.
really?
Yeah, they love just put you on a show, cancel it, then pay you money. It's great.
We did more than 3, I think.
I have no idea. I wish we didn't do 1. I was not listening. I was, for some reason that popped in my head last night. I was just thinking of that going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just remember how embarrassing that was to stand on that stage with the dancing girls.
Was it a bad show?
It stunk. Come on.
It wasn't
stunk.
good.
Yeah.
It wasn't
good.
It wasn't good.
Wow.
I'll never forget the first one we did, and we're on a stage, and I go to see Pete at NBC because he's editing it.
Oh, right.
And he's pulling his hair out. He's actually has his hands, and he's trying to pull hair out of his head. I'm like, what's wrong? And he goes, look at this. Look at this. And every time me and Ant were on stage, people were playing with our penises. Like they had monitors set up, so they knew if they used their little fingers, they could make believe they're squeezing our dicks and stuff on stage. So they had to edit the whole thing using long shots.
Oh my God.
Pete was out of his mind. He goes, your fans are animals.
I remember, this is when I first started getting to know you guys, and I was doing a warm-up. I had been on the show for a little while, and I remember doing a warm-up at that place. Where was that tape? That was the Hard Rock in New York?
The Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Can we hear some of this?
Whatever you want.
All right, first beer. All right.
We had to run out. And
Oh yeah,
Now you guys are running in an empty XFL field. Opie slid. Anthony just grabbed the ball.
Oh, no.
Well, I pushed him.
No, Anthony pushed me.
I pushed him.
He pushed me forward, and whatever.
Look at the stands are empty.
The tee after the kickoff. Come right back. Careful.
I thought it was funny. They took the tee from you.
It seems somebody already took it. What happened out there, Ope? There's no tee. Somebody else seems to have taken it. You look like an ass. Aren't you Jesse the Body Ventura? No,
All right.
It was an empty stadium, right?
Yeah, there was no one there.
Sarah, it was one of the
attempting
worst.
to do a comedy show on the sidelines while they're playing football. It was just a disaster.
It was one of the worst ideas ever for television. Vince McMahon thought this was going to be great. It's going to get another football league out there, and it's going to be amazing. And and it just was a horrible flop.
Do you think it was a bomb?
It's
A complete and total bomb.
It wasn't good, man.
Oh, was that bad? I don't even know where my Hitman jacket is.
All right, whatever. Well, I'm heating off.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to get a little warm.
One day, and maybe you don't know this yet, one day you're actually going to be in the ring with tights on, flying around, taking what we call bumps.
Sounds like my bedroom now. Even the tights fit. These are the fans of the XFL.
Why? Just a bunch of fans cheering?
Also heard you handpicked us for the job to host XFL Game Day.
Without question, because if there are two individuals who are eminently qualified to host this show, it's Opie and Anthony.
Now, did you mean this Anthony and that Opie, or was there some confusion? Because we can't figure. We thought maybe something happened. You were on medication that day or something.
No, that would be my wife that's on medication.
Is that married to you, Vince? We see what happens there in the ring. Now, if I could only see the game. Is there any way to get a helicopter to airlift me out of here? Obviously, you haven't seen the show.
It's that bad.
No, it's so good. That I think it might even go over your head. No, why would we do that?
Okay, just double check.
It's so good, I don't even think you need to watch it. Yeah, it
that
runs
good.
itself. It runs itself.
Just like the XFL.
Right.
Okay. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Vince.
I find it hard to believe this wasn't scripted.
This script. There wasn't even an idea that here's two mics, make something happen. And I'm like, isn't this supposed to be NBC? This isn't like college TV. You would think they would have some kind of at least plan for us.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I really have just kind of forgotten this part of my life. I just blanked it out of my head.
That was our one chance at being network stars, and we failed.
Network stars.
And we failed miserably.
How cool was it to walk into 30 Rock? We'd walk up there,
Saw some of the SNL people just milling about.
Yeah, we were part of the family at 30 Rock, and we'd walk in for, a couple of weeks.
But poor Pete.
Okay, skedaddle. You're no longer welcome here.
Poor Pete trying to edit this thing.
Oh, God.
When he saw the fucking listeners fucking around with the what they saw on the monitor.
The line of shit they gave us because they had come back to us so many times. You got to do this. And we're like, no. What's the idea, the concept? We don't just want to be thrown on television with no concept or idea. And it's like, no. All you guys got to do is host it. Here's what you guys got to do. Bring your listeners down to the XFL, whatever it is, the restaurant down there, the WWF restaurant, which was a Hard Rock, and just show up and we'll have everything for you. And then we show up and they're like, all right, what are you guys doing? I thought you knew what we were. What?
No game plan.
And the cameras and go.
And we had a radio show we had to worry about.
Yeah, this was after the radio show.
After the radio show, it's like, what do you guys got today? I'm like, what are you talking about?
You said that we just show up,
right?
And you'd have stuff written and we can do it. But
was Bob there that day?
No, why would he be?
The agent didn't fly in from L.A. when you guys were filming a TV show for NBC?
No, of course not. One of the many horrible deals Bob made outside radio.
NBC paid. Fuck him. Hey, Opie's in...
What happened?
I don't know. Opie's helping out with rescue efforts.
That's the old school, yeah.
Is that CNN?
One of my old douchey haircuts. I don't do the douchey haircuts anymore, finally. Now that I'm pushing 40. Figured I would fucking get a haircut like a man. Like a man.
Seems like you're pushing 40 right up against the wall or something.
Oh, jeez. I'm just going to start laughing at everything Chip says. Oh, Chip.
Late Night Wars, where you want to go with this fucking thing? I hear Leno had a good note to NBC. I hear fucking Conan was brutal. I heard Jimmy Kimmel was great on Leno's show. What the fuck is going on?
Well, if you haven't heard the news, Conan's out.
Yeah, Conan's out, what, a week from today?
A week from today, he is done, and I predict, let me have a prediction here, they're not even going to keep him on that long. I think he is going to be so brutal to NBC on the air that they're just going to have to pull him.
I say today, well, no, we've lived in this world. They say, Conan, you're done a week from today. They pull him after today's show.
Wow, you think that soon?
Oh, yeah. That's my prediction on top of your prediction.
My prediction was that they're not going to let him do.
He'll never make it to next Friday, but I bet you, because they like to make believe you got a little time to say goodbye to your listeners or your viewers or your fans. You know, guys, it's horrible that it had to come to this, but, you know, we want to do the right thing and keep you on the air and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, you think you're going to be on the air for a little bit, and they just yank you.
The lock's on the door.
Oh, yeah, he's done. My guess he's done after today.
He'll take his little key card and go, beep,
right.
Beep. Why does it keep coming up red when I slide it through a security
thing? And then
thing?
they'll do reruns next week, and that'll be it.
It's weird with this, too. The difference is, like, we're always afraid, radio guys are always afraid that, like, you know, they're going to take you off the air and you have no outlet.
Yeah.
But this is so big. It's like everything these guys say, the whole country here. If they're in a weird, like, if they were to yank Conan and go, fuck you, or pay or play, and you're sitting, Conan could go, fuck you, and go on 60 Minutes. Or go on any news channel he wants, or on any show he wants, or on. He can go on O'Reilly. He can go on Larry King.
I don't know.
Can he? Maybe there's something in this deal that says you got to shut your mouth.
There's always some kind of breach where not only do they not pay you anymore, they sue you, and now you owe them money.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's as easy as doing that.
Yeah, maybe not. I just mean that these guys are, the whole country, they could say something, dude, that 100 million people hear.
Yeah.
So it's hard to fuck with them.
That's true.
Did we ever talk about when we sat for almost 2.5 years? So we know what this game's all about, unfortunately. Yeah, they paid us very well. Absolutely, to sit, because they were scared. And this is the God's honest truth. And people don't want to hear this that listen to both shows, but they were scared shitless that we were going to go to Q104 was the station at the time here in New York City,
to give us a
and
job.
compete against Howard Stern, and that scared the fuck out of them, and that's why we had to sit for almost 2.5 years. But in that time, they threatened us all the fucking time. Do not do an interview, do not show up on TV, do not show up on another radio show, and they made it perfectly clear if we did any of those things, they would sue us.
And we didn't have as many outlets on the internet.
It wasn't even about losing the money they were giving us, because we knew that we could make that money back. It wasn't about the money. But what scared the shit out of us, and they did a very good job, they reminded us almost every 2-3 months, remember, no interviews, no TV shows, no other radio shows. If you do this, we will be suing you.
Yeah.
For the money. A lot of money that and I certainly did not have.
Didn't want to give them.
And that's why
for
we didn't say a fucking peep for almost 2.5 years.
And with the internet the way it is now, you could get your word out there.
Right.
You could, like, leak it to somebody else. They'll fucking Twitter it. They'll put some way, somehow, you're getting your side out there without breaching anything, because it's hard for them to contain every outlet that's out there on the internet. When we were thrown off for 3 years, there really wasn't. There was message boards, but then if they find out you were the one that posted this or that, then you're fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think Conan has free reign like that. I really don't. I think there's some things in that
his
contract
side will get out.
that are pretty damn scary. Yeah, his side will definitely get out, but I don't think it'll be him personally. I think you see him go away for a while now.
And by the way, Rosie really annoyed me. She said time for Leno to step aside. And like, I understand she's a Conan fan.
Her, but just as a comic, she should shut her fucking mouth.
But it's like, what do you... she goes, She said it's time for Jay Leno to step aside for Conan O'Brien and not try to flatten his tires before he even gets going, which I'm sure people say to her when she gets in their vehicles.
Take that, fatso.
O'Donnell, talking to reporters while promoting something, said she's a huge fan of O'Brien. Okay, so she's biased. She likes Conan. But she said, if you're privileged enough to drive the bus... First of all, can we stop with the bus thing? If you're privileged enough...
I'm so privileged enough to drive the bus! You drive the bus! I would go for a ride.
A ride.
Shut up, you fat retard.
A ride. If you're privileged enough to drive the bus, you should say thank you and drive it to the best of your ability. And when it's time for them to hire a new driver, you should say thank you for allowing me to drive this as long as I did, and pass the keys to the new guy with red hair and try not to flatten his tires before he gets going.
Excuse me, what world are we on?
Analogy.
Where that fucking works?
It doesn't work.
Thank you, Chair.
And it was... No, I'm saying that she's... But her example's not even...
It's stupid. That's not how things go.
It wasn't even accurate.
Why is everyone so angry at Jay Leno? I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't know Jay Leno. We were on a show once, and we met him for, 15, 20 minutes before we went on, and he was great. He was a really nice guy to us. Jimmy has had nothing but great experiences with Jay Leno. I don't really understand the hatred that's going his way these days.
Because it's been this underlying aggression at him. The people for a long time think that he's not the hip guy. They think that Letterman's the hip guy, or they think that Conan's the hip guy. So he becomes their guy, and they kind of root against Leno, who they see as yesterday's news and mom and pop. The reality is this. The bus driver example is great if the bus driver is slowing down on his route. Yeah, if he's not picking up passengers. Right. But if he's still kicking the shit out of the other company, you don't take a newer driver who has not nearly the success and put him in the fucking main driving seat. Give him 7 months, and all of a sudden the customers are not getting picked up on time. Yeah. And then when the other guy you want to put him back, people go, oh, why are you putting the other guy back? It doesn't make sense.
Conan's driving around with one person on the bus.
Yeah, and it's her.
It's her.
Drop me off by the bus, people. I'll talk to the people. I have to make pee-pees and not wash my hands and then touch food.
Look, Conan is getting screwed, absolutely.
Yes, he is.
To completely blame Leno is ridiculous.
They shouldn't blame Leno at all.
It's ridiculous.
He never wanted to be pulled off. And by the way, people got to stop. This is what big comedy fans got to stop doing. If you don't like Jay and you think he stinks, that's a valid opinion. You don't like a guy's comedy, that's fine.
Yeah, you can't argue that. If they don't like it, they don't like it.
Fair enough. Right. But when someone says like, his hack show, it's like you got to learn what the word hack means. And if you're out there and you call Leno a hack, you really don't know anything about comedy. If you don't like him, fine. You think his humor sucks? Okay, cool.
Let me jump in with that that point. Nick DiPaolo was in yesterday, and you guys were discussing how, Jay does, comedy in his monologue that no one else will touch. He gets really fucking edgy with some of his stuff as far as network TV goes.
Racial stuff. And this is what it's like we're doing the test shows and stuff, and we're doing the round table panel where we, the four of us, one of the topics we covered was the fucking Lockerbie bomber being freed. And we talked about the Lockerbie bomber. And it's like, there's none of those late night shows are going to let you fucking do jokes. No. And again, none of us did Pan Am victim falling out of the sky joke, but to address that at all, none of them are doing that. Mm-hmm. And, and then he did a sketch on the show about the fucking, they did like guys pulling oil into the British embassy or whatever it was. It was tying in the Arabs with it. Mm-hmm. No one else is doing that shit. And it drives me nuts that if people don't like him, fine. But anybody who says, oh, the guy's a hack, or you don't know anything about what comedy is or what the word hack means. Don't throw around words you've heard people use when you don't know what they use. Kind of like I do with fucking sociopath. I say that too much.
And Anthony and I were invited to do Leno's show next week, but I don't know. We're thinking it over. We might go there, and I don't know. But I'm not a big flyer these days, so I'm not really sure if I want to go there. But
oh, you should.
We're such important people that Leno really needs to talk to us next week and get our opinion on this whole thing. So I don't know. We're thinking about it. We might have an announcement by Tuesday if we're going to do it or not. So just want to get that.
Make him sweat.
There. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the bullshit that I see on a daily basis. Oh.
Can I ask why are people pitting the talented guys against each other, though? Jay and Conan, I mean, I understand. People make Jay look like the aggressor, but Conan is the one, and again, I understand him wanting to host the Tonight Show. A lot of people say it's the most prestigious gig in show business, is to host the Tonight Show.
Right.
But 5 years ago, they went to Jay and they said, this is what's happening. he didn't ask for this to happen. So anyone that's shitting on Leno for just being there and being willing to go back to where he never should have been removed from, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, true.
If you hate Leno, that's fine, but just don't be inaccurate about it.
So what do you want to do? I didn't see the Conan thing addressing NBC. We got Leno's note to NBC. We got Jimmy Kimmel getting involved. What do you want to start with? Because all of this is really good.
Start with Conan? Well, I have gained such respect for Conan, by the way, because he's the guy is just going out there and he's smashing them and he's not taking it lying down. I mean, I love the fact that he's smashing NBC.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm getting attacked on Twitter and stuff. I like Conan. I did like his 12:30 show, but, you know, I don't what do you want from us? We're just giving our opinions.
Why would anybody, I don't understand it. They just don't, they're reacting emotionally, and I mean, like, I'm very biased because I like Jay. And if I thought he was wrong, I wouldn't come on here and shit on him, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. But it's like I don't think he's wrong. It's easy to defend him because I don't think he's wrong.
Yep. Right. Okay. Here's Conan O'Brien from last night.
Thank you so much. Hello there. I'm Conan O'Brien, NBC's Employee of the Month. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Crazy around here.
Free soup down at the commissary.
Oh, yeah. It's big. You know, of course, everybody knows NBC and I are having a little tiff right now. Yeah, little lover's quarrel, if you will. Now, there's a rumor, this came out today, there's a rumor that NBC is so upset with me, they want to keep me off the air for 3 years. That's what they said, yeah. Yeah, my response to that is if NBC doesn't want people to see me, just leave me on NBC. It's like I'm in the witness protection program. Time sure does fly, though. It's crazy to think about this. Do you realize that a baby born on the day we did our first Tonight Show is now a slightly larger baby? When you still can't walk, a little harder to hold now.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it really, well, it doesn't make you think.
No.
Wow, that's some great stuff. Vincent Bayonne makes a pretty good point. I really don't have a side in the late night wars, but I see Conan's fans being more of the hip savvy internet crowd that make their presence more well known than Jay's crowd.
Yes.
It's the same thing that worked so well for Obama. That's a pretty good point right there. Yeah. I don't think the Jay Leno fans are like Twittering and Facebooking and coming up with like a nice little graphic they could put on their Facebook pages and their Twitter pages like they're doing with Conan.
No, they're just watching the Tonight Show at 11:30 when Jay's on it.
Right.
I mean, that's what they were doing. It was like Louis said when Lucky Louis.
But they're getting their voices heard a lot more than
absolutely
the Leno fans.
I guess they feel like the guy is being screwed, and I understand that. But just don't blame Jay. The network screwed up. I mean, look, it happens. But don't make the fucking other performer the bad guy.
Right.
It's like Leno fans shouldn't be shitting on Conan.
Right.
The guy just wants to host the Tonight Show. He wants to do his gig.
Yeah. Conan continued.
Now, my future is, it's pretty uncertain right now. And this is absolutely true. I'm not making this up. I received a letter from the adult film company Pink Visual offering me a role in one of their porno movies. Absolutely true, yeah. It's great, yeah. I looked at, in the movie, I'd be having sex with a beautiful woman, and just as we're about to climax, I get replaced by Jay Leno. I got it from here, kid. I'll take over now. Hi, lady. I don't even want to think about that.
You know, I got a different approach to this whole thing. I think this is the best thing that could happen to Conan O'Brien. You hear a different energy. You hear it's almost like it's catapulting where he needs to and wants to be now. And I think if he get out of the NBC contract, someone will certainly pick him up immediately. And I think now he's really truly ready to take that next step. Because when he moved down to 11:30, we said it on this show, the buzz was nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't
He had
there.
more of a buzz when he was on at 12:30. But there's something about Conan now that I feel. I just feel it.
Well,
maybe he was a little nervous and scared when he moved down. I don't know what it was, but you weren't hearing anything about Conan O'Brien's Tonight Show.
I think he felt he had to kind of conform a little more because it's the Tonight Show, so you got to be a little more, I don't know, respectable than he was with his later night show. And this now is bringing him back to the way Conan was.
Right.
And an angry Conan is very good. You could tell.
Right.
He's just one of those fucking, you could tell he could probably be a real nasty, mean guy.
But you know, Ann, we do our best work when we're angry and when we have nothing to lose. I think at this point, Conan feels, I have nothing to lose. And I think that's really freeing for him creatively. And you really hear it in these clips. And I don't think it stops here. I really don't. I think this really pushes him forward now. For real.
Well,
here's one more clip from Conan.
But all joking aside, I really do consider myself a very lucky person. I do. No matter what happens, it's been a real honor to sit in the same chair as Steve Allen, Jack Parr, Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, and Jay Leno. It's
See, here's a touchy feedback, but the truth is the truth. Steve from Germany / Huntington, he's like you guys when NEW and Howie fucked with you. We kind of know this shit when people are fucking with you behind the scenes.
Yeah. Although
we kind of know this game a little bit.
It's this is much more the company, I think, doing it. But people forget, on Leno's last Tonight Show, he had Conan on. And he welcomed him. He didn't give any public indications. He didn't try to turn people against Conan. No. He was actually saying in interviews, they got to give him some time. Jay wasn't shitting on Conan or trying to undermine him publicly at all.
But you got to think Jay wasn't happy. But he just knew how to play it right.
I will say this.
Unfortunately, I would have to fucking vocalize that and blow everything up. That's my problem. But Jay just knew, I'll just go with this. He couldn't have been happy,
He absolutely
behind the scenes.
Could not have been happy.
Yeah. But he played it perfectly.
Could not.
And was palling around with Conan, making it easy for him to, take over the show at the time.
I'm going to guess that he was very, very angry at being pulled.
Yeah.
Against his will. He never wanted to be pulled.
All right, we move on. We got Leno. Fucking Kimmel is just killing with this.
He did a 10 of 10. He made fun of it, or he was on it?
Did you see the clip of him?
I did not know.
Coming out as Jay Leno? No. You haven't seen that yet?
No, I saw the photo of it.
Yeah.
And he had the cadence of Leno down. Can you find that real fast? It's a minute clip on YouTube. Jimmy Kimmel the other night comes out dressed exactly like Jay Leno with the hair and everything. He even had a fake fucking chin, and it went down like this. I think we have it here. Oh, fuck.
I hate commercials on the intro tubes.
This is what we're going to... And it's going to be with every clip.
Hang on, it's not even...
That's on one of those where they make their own TV show.
It's a clip show. Stop it. Just get the...
Dan, the actual clip's like 1:30 if you see... All right.
Again this weekend for the 4th weekend in a row. Did you hear about this? The second highest grossing film of all time. Second highest grossing. Even Tiger Woods came out of hiding to see it. But in all fairness, he thought the term 3D referred to the alien girl's bra thighs.
The music. They're stealing the Leno music and everything, right?
So much money. I hear NBC's trying to move it to 10 o'clock.
They just keep playing the music. That's fucking funny.
That's a different clip. He did the whole show pretty much as Jay Leno, but when he first comes on stage is the one. It's a 1:27 clip if I remember.
That's funny.
If you find it, whatever. All right, so then let's start with Leno. Leno's note to NBC, and then Kimmel did Leno last night, and everyone is talking about how he just destroyed Jay, destroyed the situation, and just got huge laughs. But first, Jay Leno.
Welcome to the new show, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Off NBC. Yes! Well, in other TV news, hard to believe there is other TV news. Sarah Palin has signed with Fox News to be a correspondent. Well, in a statement today, Fox said if Miss Palin does a good job, they will sign her to a long-term contract. If she doesn't work out, they'll just blame Leno. That's what they said. As you know, with all the controversy going on here at NBC, actually the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien's ratings have gone up. They've gone up.
Really?
So, you're welcome. Now, Ricky Gervais is hosting the Golden Globes on Sunday right here on NBC. Said he's really looking forward to it, which is rare. A host that's happy on NBC. You never see that. You don't see that anymore.
They are smashing NBC.
Oh, hopefully they have a sense of humor over there.
Oh.
And then Kimmel came out.
Any big late night news?
I don't know, Jay. I watch Oprah at night.
All right. We have 10 questions. Question number 1. You had fun impersonating me Tuesday night on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. What is the secret to doing a good Jay Leno impression?
Well, I hate to give away my secrets, but it's part Sylvester the Cat, it's part Curly from the Three Stooges, and part Scrappy Doo.
Wow.
So it would be like, Thuffer and Thuckatash, what are you, a live guy? And then, if you have like, and this is for kids at home, if you have Silly Putty to make yourself a nice big Dudley Do-Right chin, that works too.
I'm sorry that's all the time we have. My next, no. Number 4, if you got to interview anyone in the world, who would it be?
You and Conan together. I would like to have the two of you. If Conan won't do it, I'd like just you. In fact, I'd like to do 12 at 12 with you tomorrow night, if you would be willing to do that, because I have a lot of questions to ask you about this whole thing. I don't think people care about what I have to say.
I agree with that.
What's going on in your life.
Tomorrow night, tomorrow night's bad for me. All right, let's move on.
Oh, it is bad?
I thought this was good. I thought it was good. Does it get better?
Maybe it picks up.
Ever order anything off the TV?
Like NBC ordered your show off the TV?
No.
That's funny.
Actually, something like that,
No, I will order any. If I see an infomercial more than 9 times, I will order the product. I have a Snuggie, a Slanket. I have Chia Pets. I have Mighty Putty. I tried to order Ryan Seacrest once, but he wouldn't come.
Number 7, you grew up in Las Vegas and hosted the Man Show. What's the most number of lap dances you've had in one night?
Jay, my mother's watching the show, so... Actually, no, wait a minute. The show's canceled, right? Nobody's watching the show. My mother's not watching the show.
Your mom's not watching.
I'm not much of a lap dance guy. I'm more of a lap band guy myself.
Lap band guy.
But, yes, I don't like, strippers I don't like in general because you have this phony relationship with them for money. Similar to that of when you and Conan were on the Tonight Show together, passing the torch.
Right, yes.
You know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Wow, Jay really doesn't know what to do with this.
He's a little puzzled.
He must have known that he was going to get fucking
slammed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he must have.
What do you fear most?
Volcanoes. Tidal waves.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Seattle. I was scared of Mount Rainier. It just sat there, but I was scared of it.
Okay.
I have dreams about tidal waves.
All right.
I fear the network will move my show to 10 o'clock.
Right. I had that nightmare. Yeah.
It does just keep pounding him every question.
Number 9. Is there anything you haven't hosted that you want to host?
Oh, this is a trick, right? Where you get me to host the Tonight Show and then take it back from me?
No.
I'm not going to... Listen. Listen, Lucy, I'm not Charlie Brown. I don't fall for that trick. No, I'd say the Soul Train Awards.
Soul Train
Awards. The Soul Train Awards.
What is going on here?
Yeah, but Jay's just kind of setting himself up with the question.
Yeah, he kind of he really is.
But he should be slamming him back a little bit somehow, some way. I don't know. I don't know what he's supposed to do with this, but
Finally, number 10, A, B, or C. You came on at 10 at 10 because A, you love innovative satellite technology. B, you're promoting your own show. C, you want to keep me happy in case I decide to switch to ABC.
It's, you know what, it's all of the above, really. Listen, Jay, Conan and I have children.
I'm sorry.
All you have to take care of is cars.
That's right.
I mean, we have lives to lead here. You've got $800 million. For God's sakes, leave our shows alone.
A plea from Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy, thank you very much, my friend.
Are they friends?
I'm sure they are, yeah.
Have to be the
He never would have had them on if they weren't friends.
Yeah.
You know, Letterman didn't go on.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been a fun 10 of 10.
Speaking of Letterman, we'll wrap up with this 30-second clip as far as the late night wars go.
You know, Jay is getting a lot of negative publicity, so he has released now a message reminding people of what he, Jay Leno, stands for. We have a copy of it here. I think you'll find it enlightening. Take a look.
Jay Leno is middle America. He represents traditional American values, the things this country was built on, like killing Indians because you want their land. Jay Leno, America's standing up for Jay.
That's right. That's right. Here we go.
By the way, Jay's not from Indiana. Dave is. Jay's from Boston. True. He's not middle America. He's not from the middle of the country.
Just kind of bash him somehow.
He's from a big city.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I love that illusion that Jay's this fucking yokel from the Midwest.
Yeah.
He's not.
And there you have it. The latest on the late night wars.
Yeah. I don't know. You know something? Honestly, I don't even watch him unless, like, Jimmy's on. When Jimmy's on, I watch. When he's not, I'm not a big fan of the, let's watch some celebrity sit there and plug his fucking show product, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, I can't be bothered.
There you go.
It doesn't affect me.
They said Conan has trounced Letterman the last few nights because he's,
trounced.
Yeah, I love that word, but he said he trounced him just for, because everybody's watching Conan right now.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take our first break, get into some other things. I think that just tired me out.
Did it?
Yeah, it was too long.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, All right, we'll regroup and we'll continue. Opie and Anthony, stay there. 202. 197 on Sirius. 202 on XM. Opie and Anthony live. I want to say hi to everybody that doesn't feel like sitting through a replay today and wants live programming. I know you're out there. I know you take a peek on Fridays. And you know what? We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So we got to decide if we're going to be doing this Leno thing next week.
Oh, yeah?
I think next Wednesday or Thursday they want us out there in L.A. to give our opinion on the whole late night wars thing. I don't know. It's a great opportunity to tie ourselves to a big story, Anthony, and make it about ourselves instead of the late night wars.
Is that it?
Yeah. So what do you think? Should we do this?
Oh, sure. I don't know. I don't really like the fly.
I'm not a big fly guy either. I mean, maybe if they could give us a train ride out there or something, we'll do it, right?
Yeah, that might work.
But I mean, you want to talk about tying yourself to a story that has nothing to do with us. This is perfect. 5 people are enjoying that. I understand. Whatever, man. Hey, Haiti. Haiti has a bit of a problem.
What's going on there?
God, I took a breath to say that, and you got it out first. Cocksucker.
What's the death toll up to? What's the bullet points with this Haiti? I know
they say 50,000.
50,000 dead?
As of now, or their estimate?
Could be more. That's the Red Cross's estimate is 50,000.
You know what? The fucking paper. Yesterday, I think the headline was half a million. Half a million was on the front page.
They don't know.
500,000 and 50,000. There's a big difference there.
They don't know. There are whole towns that little suburbs and stuff that are on hillsides that just collapsed and kind of rolled down the hillside a little bit and crushed everybody that was there.
Unbelievable.
And then they just showed some footage of the people just dead on the side of the streets. Just piled up dead on the side of the streets.
I know you don't have much emotion in your soul, Anthony, but does this bother you at all?
Not on a personal level. Like, I've seen suffering around the world on television and on the internet. I brought this up yesterday. I'm going to challenge you on this. Yeah?
It's different nowadays. Because what I said yesterday was that...
I think it's the same nowadays because of the internet.
No, I think it affects you more because like of the social networking, and because the pictures are higher quality.
Yeah.
I basically have made the argument, because we've talked about it over the years, when you see death and destruction somewhere else in the world, it doesn't bother you as much because you're not really connected to that, right?
Yeah.
But with this Twitter and this Facebooking and this Skype and all this shit, it really brings this stuff a lot closer to you. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But it works the opposite way because it desensitizes
That's true too.
people to it. Like I don't
know if we're to the point where we're being desensitized by this yet, but I see I see that's where we're heading.
I think I am.
You are.
I swear. I mean, there are certain things like the tsunami was giant, killed 250,000 people, and I'm not going to sit there and bash it or say anyone deserved anything. And who was that? Pat Robertson was saying Haiti brought this upon themselves when they made a deal with the devil to get the French out. Like, the guy's talking fucking crazy.
He's talking
crazy.
He is talking crazy. He's talking about the devil. And my question, if we had him in here, was, how do we make a deal with the devil? Or does Haiti suffer for the rest of time? Is there some way where the Haitian people could sit down and talk it out with the devil? Or not?
Ask Conan.
Yeah. Or are they cursed for the rest of time?
I think you're cursed forever. When you make a deal with the devil, that's it. You're done. That's why
the contract has to end eventually.
Nah, he was saying you got Haiti and then the Dominican Republic, and they're just separated by a line.
And the Dominican Republic couldn't be more different.
Yeah, they're fine. They're successful little nation, and Haiti has been nothing but a shithole.
Haiti's
for years.
Haiti is Tropico gone bad.
Yeah. That's it. Tropico
gone bad.
Where I'm playing it. Right. I'm the leader in Tropico.
And you'd rather get a beer downstairs than see what's going on in the game.
Yeah. It's like,
then you get back to the game and go, oh, fuck, they're attacking the palace.
It's one of those games where it's like, I should have paused that before I left for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Because now there's revolution.
You feel like it could run itself for that time.
Yeah. The big presidential palace has collapsed.
Presidente!
El Presidente. Your palace, it has collapsed. I was looking at the news, and they had the Google Earth images before and after.
Pretty impressive.
Of the earthquake. Oh, wow. That fucked that place up. Yeah. I mean, severe. And that place was pretty bad to begin with. They have some modern buildings and stuff, and the presidential palace was very nice and everything. But for the most part, it's those shanties and shacks and mud huts that you see when you drive from any Caribbean airport to your luxurious hotel.
Yeah, that doesn't piss off the hotel workers at all.
Yeah.
When they have to go to work every day.
They're the ones going to the places that crush them in earthquakes.
Right.
And meanwhile, you're sitting there going, I'm inconvenienced. I think I spilt my drink.
Well, these Caribbean islands are used to these disasters, but not on this scale. This earthquake is just... It's a biggie.
It was.
This one's a biggie.
It was a biggie, and they're not prepared for anything like that. They weren't prepared for just life. Right. In general, a very impoverished nation.
Well, how are they going to be prepared when they already know a hurricane's going to come, a hurricane's going to come along every, 10, 15 years and destroy a lot of their land.
And bash some crap. And
so that they already accept their fate living on those islands. They just know, look, we don't have the resources to build stuff like they do in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and we just hope for the best every time there's a hurricane coming through, or in this case, an earthquake.
Earthquakes.
But man, did they get hot. They got hit real hard this
Earthquakes
time.
are devastating in these countries that don't have, that have very old buildings. They don't have the technology, or the resources after the fact to even care for people. So, a lot of people wind up dying. And now, of course, the disease fears, because there are literally thousands of dead people just on the side of the street. They just kind of move them to the sides of the street. I saw a news clip. They're piled up. Jeez. I'm just looking at this little hoodie. She wearing a little Jets
hoodie today.
Little Jets hoodie?
Yeah, we'll get into the tilt thing a little bit. Yeah, well...
Yeah, so
you're not really bothered?
No, it It's bothers me like any tragic news story that I watch. I'm not sitting here like freaking out about it, going, "Oh my God, what can I do to help?" But I'm not sitting there and going to tell them to go fuck themselves. Obviously they get world aid, which is good. Their planes flying in, and they could barely keep up with it. Apparently, the runway, they got one runway there that works. So they're just offloading the planes on the sides of the runway, and then that plane's got to take off and get the fuck out so the next one can come in while they're pulling supplies off of the runway.
I'm happy to hear you're not saying fuck Haiti. That's nice, Ant.
No, I wouldn't. There's no reason to say that.
There's a real dumb fucking redneck hillbilly that on his Twitter said fuck Haiti because we have problems in this country. Yeah, we all know we have problems in this country, but this is a devastating blow.
Yeah.
To is Haiti, I guess, a country, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah. So it's a devastating blow to their country. It's a little different.
It's not because we give it $100 million, right? If you use $100 million donated to a country who's just trying to build something, you could say fuck that country. But I don't think it's a waste of money when you're pulling people out of rubble in the streets.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain amount of U.S. dollars. Like, that money, if it wasn't given to Haiti, was not necessarily going to be spent on U.S. citizens. Take money from somewhere else that we wasted and go fuck them and spend it on U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
But you know what? When there's still half-dead people and fucking families trapped under rubble, it's like, I don't mind giving money for that.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're sending food, water. They're sending emergency crews, rescue crews.
Well, Obama pledged $100 million, and that's just an acknowledgement from our country. That's not a lot of money. Maybe it is a lot of money for the Haitians, maybe.
Yeah,
but as far as this country goes, that's just us acknowledging, wow, this is horrible for humanity, and we're gonna give you a little something.
Yeah.
So to say, fuck Haiti on your Twitter, that you're just a fucking dope.
Steve from Bayshore saying
dope. Back it up with some intelligence, and then maybe I'll listen to what you have to say.
It's tough. Steve from Bayshore. It's tough for a country to have a strong economy when their main exports are voodoo dolls and rapists.
See, still got to get the jokes out, of course.
Steve from Bayshore. Yeah. Haiti is not really known as being a powerhouse economy beforehand, and now their biggest and most important city is pretty much wiped off the face of the earth.
I was telling you before the show. I mean, and it hit the part of Haiti that is trying to get something done. You know, where they do have some kind of. What am I trying to say? Some kind
infrastructure.
Sure, there you go.
They did anyway.
Right.
Now there's marauding bands of youth with machetes, looting and hacking people apart that are trying to take their stuff.
Well, man, you missed a good show yesterday because Jimmy and I learned so much about Haiti from this fucking caller that went on and on and on. But he did say that there are gangs in Haiti that are so vicious and so scary that they don't, like the police and the government and all that, they don't even acknowledge it.
Don't fuck with them.
They don't fuck with them. They don't go in those areas. They just have given up and have allowed these gangs to just run these areas, some of the areas of Haiti.
Yeah, it's not, obviously they've had a horrid tragedy and a lot of people are dead, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it was really an awful place to begin with. Now it's unlivable, even in their biggest city. But back, before the earthquake, not the best spot to be going on vacation.
Let's get back to that devil thing, because according to Pat Robertson, Pat Robertson.
Yeah.
Robertson, I was right. He says they made a pact with the devil, and that's why they're fucked now, right?
Yeah.
And why didn't we mention this? Why does it take a listener who doesn't get credit because all he sees is a phone number? Haiti should challenge the devil to a fiddle contest.
Oh my God! But they don't have Charlie Daniels.
We have Charlie Daniels. Maybe instead of sending $100 million, we send Charlie Daniels down there to battle the fucking devil.
Georgia. The devil went down to Haiti? Doesn't sound right.
Him was looking for a soul to steal.
Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
I know.
Anyone else sick of that fucking spot? Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
Yeah, there he goes.
Anyone? I'm the only one that
I have not heard that.
Geico. Thank you, Anthony.
Oh,
Geico.
really?
You haven't seen that commercial probably 100 times?
I block out Geico commercials.
Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
Yeah.
What's the new one they're doing?
Elmer Fudd.
Oh, the Elmer Fudd thing.
Yeah.
Actually, the Elmer Fudd is pretty funny. Trying to make Elmer Fudd speak properly.
The first time But they just pound those commercials.
Yeah. Come on, turn us up. We're trying to help Haiti. This is what we're doing today.
This will get him out of trouble.
That's right. This is how you deal with the devil.
You played pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you.
Oh, well, get the French out.
It might be a sin, but I'll take your bet.
Old Charlie Daniels.
I'm the best as ever been. Johnny, rosin up your voice,
yeah.
play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards.
Oh, where's the parody that gets people fired?
Get your soul. Who's willing to admit they want to hear this whole song this morning?
I love this song. It's on my iPod.
You know what? This, if you were a true Charlie Daniels fan back in the late 70s, you didn't like this song, and you called people that liked it posers.
Posers?
Yeah, because you were into the deep tracks of Charlie Daniels, and this was their hit. It's like Grateful Dead people, and one of their hits. It's like saying you only like.
The Grateful Dead analogy is basically they call it beginner dead. Like real Deadheads call the poppy Dead songs beginner dead.
If you like Touch of Grey, you are not a Dead fan, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah?
Who's grateful to...
I didn't think I'd say anything.
You're pretty good, old son. But sit down in that chair right there and let me show you
Here's
how
a question. Who's grateful to be dead?
All right, we don't have to listen to Charlie Daniels.
Hey, we then went to Georgia to take a bus. We have a good car or something.
Can I hear that Geico guy?
Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
I want to know exactly what he says.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance?
Car insurance.
Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
There's an old Charlie Daniels. He can still fucking fiddle.
He is a fiddling old bag of shit, isn't he?
You can tell when he walks away, he's like puffing and puffing. Hip replacement surgery. Look at when he walks, he's limping like crazy.
Geico.
Kind of
15
waddles.
minutes could save you 15% or more on car
You
insurance.
probably did that 400 times. No, we have to get the gecko next to your boot, do you? The pretty Australian gecko.
It's a pretty good campaign by Geico, but the problem is they bought way too many ads.
Yeah.
So you see these too many times, I guess. So Rush Limbaugh is in the news today because of what he has to say about Haiti.
About Haiti.
Now, I want to listen very closely to this, and let's dissect Limbaugh's fucking angle on this Haiti thing.
We're going to rebuild Haiti? Or however he talks.
Yeah.
Yes, I think in the Haiti earthquake, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Rahm Emanuel, we have another crisis simply too good to waste. This will play right into Obama's hands. Humanitarian, compassionate. They'll use this to burnish their, shall we say, credibility with the black community in both light-skinned and dark-skinned black community in this country. It's made to order for him. That's why he couldn't wait to get out there.
Can't say, look, I like Rush.
Yeah, exactly.
He's really fucking out of touch with anything about blacks. He really is. I gotta say, Rush Limbaugh is really fucking out of touch.
Why do you say that, Jimmy?
He just, it's like, it's like when O'Reilly went to the restaurant with Sharpton and was surprised that they actually, they're not yelling and hooting. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. What did you watch, a fucking, like a blaxploitation movie, and that's all your knowledge about blacks?
That's what you know.
Do you ever hang out with a black guy and just shoot the shit and have like a real racial argument?
And things can happen without having to bring Obama and stuff into it.
Bush would have done the same thing.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. Any president of the United States would send aid, talk about it, say, hey, they need some help and whatever. So this isn't, believe me, I'd be the first one to jump on anti-Obama bandwagon. as far as policy goes. But this one, how are you going to fault a president that's pledging some aid?
The people who are literally laying under fucking rocks.
Right. Yeah, dying as we speak. Right. Someone is going, oh my God, they're never going to find me. I'm dead.
Yeah, and suffocating.
Yeah.
The whole world is going, all right, let's help out.
Yeah.
Even the Chinese are sending over some cigarettes.
God bless. God bless both of you guys for fucking, acknowledging that. Jesus, you're right.
Russia's just really an idiot.
and I don't want a little acknowledgement here. Jimmy, you asshole. This is Eric in Farmington, New Hampshire.
You could stop it right there.
I am now cleaning coffee off my desk. He's a fiddling old bag of shit, isn't he? Coffee everywhere.
That was me.
In capital letters with an exclamation point. Boring.
Play a good fiddle, do you?
Not a fan of Charlie Daniels, are you?
No, my mother never liked him. She said that he was kind of Southern and they don't respect their women. My mother's a saint.
What was the second most popular Charlie Daniels song? Anthony was the big Charlie Daniels fan.
It's another.
That's the number 2 song by Charlie Daniels.
Line them up and shoot. It's a Simple Man is a big song by him too.
Simple Man was very big, but that was a slower kind of ballady thing.
That's not the same Simple Man as Skinner, right? Okay, because I don't know. No, I'm not. I don't have much knowledge on this Charlie Daniels guy.
Let me.
I just gave you all of mine.
I Need to Run. Long Hair Country Boy was a big one. South's Gonna Do It Again was a biggie.
I would go with South's Gonna Do It Again, right, Ant?
Yeah, South's Gonna Do It Again.
Do what?
Is a big one.
What are they gonna do again?
Rise up and put
rise
Negroes in chains.
Exactly.
That's basically what he's saying.
That's pretty much it.
What are you doing? I like the South.
What are you doing?
I like the South, but can we stop with Dixieland?
Come on.
You're not a fan of Dixieland?
How can you be? Look, it's not about being politically correct.
What's wrong with Dixieland?
Because it wasn't just a theory or a thought. They just kind of enslaved blacks and made them fucking do work for free.
You know what? That's part of what the South was about.
At one point, yes.
I understand that. But there is also a pride in what their beliefs were, and a lot of people like having that pride through the flag, the Confederate flag.
What beliefs did that cover?
Just that they fought and sacrificed for their beliefs, which was, we're not going to kowtow to the North.
We're not going to free the nigs. That was their beliefs.
Civil war. It was more than just slavery. It was pretty much
in the end, that's what it comes down to.
The North was getting very industrialized, and the South was being pretty much kept out of it. And there was a disparity going on between the North and South. The North was running the government and pretty much cutting off the South, and they got, a little pissed. Slavery thing, yeah, that was part of it, big one. But it wasn't.
That's a big. Because they had all their labor, or a lot of their labor, was done by slave. I mean, it's free labor. To give that up, it's almost like if this company all of a sudden had to pay this show what it was worth.
Well, a lot of the thinking behind the reason that Lincoln freed the slaves was to cripple the South, because they had slaves working the South, and it allowed the young men of the South to fight in the war. And they decided, look, if we take away their labor, their boys are going to have to work, or they're not going to have any materials to make war with us.
It'll crush them if you take away.
So that's what it was. It wasn't this.
It was a war move.
It wasn't this
really
big noble Lincoln. Lincoln's got some very some quotes that are very pro-slavery and very anti-black, and treat blacks like in some of his quotes that they weren't human.
Can I say though, why would if it was during the war? Why would Lincoln's freeing the slaves mean anything if they were controlled by the South and they were in a war? It's almost like, why would the warring sides, why would they respect Lincoln's decision?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, some of them didn't.
Why would any of them if they were in a war?
Some of them did. Especially once they were losing the war.
I just don't. This is where my knowledge of American history is not.
Yeah, that's true. I make a good point. It's like, oh, fuck you, I'm going to keep my slaves, and some of them did say that, and got their asses handed to them. And some of the blacks found out and burnt down plantations.
They weren't happy.
No.
Or what? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were going to go so deep with your Dixieland. I just, you hate Dixieland.
I don't hate it. I just
that whole Dixieland fucking symbolism.
I don't hate the South at all. I'm not
Too
one of
many
these
brass instruments for me.
I just don't like the fact that it's like sometimes let it go.
All right.
We're going to do it again. Do what?
South's going to do it again.
You're not.
We're still waiting. That song's about 30 some odd years old. They're going to do it again.
And there's a line in there that goes something like, proud to be a rebel because the South's going to do it again. He's a rebel.
Are you?
Yeah, he's a rebel.
Johnny Reb.
It's not.
He's a rebel.
Tucks in his flannel shirts with his big stomach.
He's a rebel, though. Look at him. Colorado, Brandon writes, we're talking about Haiti a little bit here. He writes, some
people call it hell, I call it Haiti.
Call it Haiti.
Brandon writes, we sent aid. They send aids back. Now.
Oh, gee.
Now.
That's just wrong.
And everyone wants to talk about the legend of Woolly Swamp.
I don't know who Woolly Swamp
is. Oh, God. That's going a little deep.
That's a deep track from Charlie Daniels, The Legend of Woolly Swamp.
I'm just looking at what Danny's popping up some Lincoln quotes, and one has to be anti-black if it's on the Stormfront website.
What'd he say?
Stormfront.
You're the only one in the room that knows that.
What, Stormfront?
I would have thought it was a Weather Channel site.
I love how you assume we all go to the same place as you do.
Hey,
I have no idea what Stormfront. Tell me what Stormfront is.
Stormfront's a white supremacist separatist site.
All right.
Or, as it's also known, the Cumia homepage.
But would you like to make this your homepage?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. But you said to bump nmania.com.
You said it like you were referencing Google, though. That's the problem I had. I'm like, yeah, Stormfront, of course. Stupid me. There was something else. Oh, sure, yes. Off my Twitter, actually. I can't even give out your fucking Twitter name because it's too weird and long and shit. But he writes, when the hell is Jesse Ventura going to be down to Haiti talking about the metal thermite that caused the earthquake?
Yeah.
And, of course, he'll do it 9 years later.
No, it's not the thermite. It's that fucking project.
HARP
The
caused
HARP
the
project.
earthquake.
See, they wanted to bring down Haiti, so they took the HARP waves and made an earthquake. Shut up!
They were testing it on Haiti.
On Haiti. What's next?
Well, I'm just asking the question.
Well, it makes sense.
It
makes sense if you think about it. I'm with Jesse Ventura on this.
Well, thank you for your service to the country.
Not much. We're not losing much as far as the entire world goes if we test the HARP on a country that's in rough shape to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think Jesse might be correct on that.
When he thanked me for my service, I wish I would have said thank you for noticing nothing when you were at Ground Zero until you saw some college kid's video.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing nothing awry while you were there. We're not making a statement until fucking the building rubble had already been cleared. Good job.
How about some original thoughts back in, I don't know, October of, when was 9/11?
September.
How about 10/11?
2001?
Right. I was just going a little further in. A couple weeks later. How about some original fucking thoughts on the whole thing? All right, here's the second part of Rush Limbaugh.
Ooh.
Okay, back to the phones, or to the phones. We're going to start in Raleigh, North Carolina. Justin, you're first today. Great to have you with us. Hello.
Mega Rush, baby dittos. My question is, why did Obama, in the soundbite you played earlier, when he's talking about if you wanted to donate some money, you can go to whitehouse.gov to be directed.
Yeah.
Why would, if I want to donate money to the Red Cross, why do I need to go to the whitehouse.gov page and look at that propaganda?
Exactly. Would you trust that the money is going to go to Haiti?
No.
But would you trust that your name's going to end up on a mailing list for the Obama people to start asking you for campaign donations for him and other causes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely right.
That's the point.
Besides, we've already donated to Haiti. It's called the U.S. income tax.
He may have a point about the
guy has an absolute
emails.
point with the emails. This administration is known for grabbing up any name they can and putting you on a list so you will be bombarded by Democratic propaganda, election
The Republicans will do the same fucking thing next election.
No, they didn't.
They're going to.
But this
now that all the social network and everything else has exploded,
they'll
take advantage too.
They will, but when you visit a website, especially a .gov website, like whitehouse.gov,
right,
you're not expecting that your name is going to be put on a mailing list to then help out the incumbent that is occupying the website and the White House at that time. He makes a good point there. Why not just say go to the redcross.com or whatever the fuck it is, org, whatever, and donate there? Look at this. Find more information online. ClintonFoundation.org/Haiti earthquake. Why go there? So that Hillary can fucking then pound you with emails when her time comes up?
And you mentioned the Red Cross thing, and I actually retweeted, like, if you text a certain thing, $10 go to the Red Cross thing. I thought it was nice, so I fucking retweeted, whatever, right? People killed me and said, that is a horrible organization, and the percentage of money that actually goes for the... So wherever you go, someone's going to have a problem.
Wait, if you retweeted that number, that was...
Yeah, it's... is it worth saying on the air? I don't know.
Don't say the number if it's not all that going to Haiti.
No, it's the Red Some Cross. People have a problem with donating to the Red Cross because, they're not happy with the percentage of money that actually goes to the cause. No. Same thing with, the Jerry Lewis Telethon. They say that's a horrendous charity to donate to because the amount of money that actually goes to the cause. So you can't win in the end. I was just trying to do the right thing, and then people were slamming me for picking the Red Cross thing.
It's the ulterior motive that gets me with the sending people to the whitehouse.gov page instead of the Red Cross page. Regardless if you believe what money is going where and who's getting it and stuff, the ulterior motive to drive traffic, to use a tragedy like this to drive traffic to your site. Yes.
Click the link to help the Haitians. 10% goes there. I have a link fee.
Yes. Look at my girl cams and help the Haitians.
Yes. This is Becky Titty Balls. Click on her nipples to help the
Haitians. We also made a deal with the devil. But we're getting Charlie Daniels involved, trust me. And our fucking fiddle player is going to be better than your fiddle player.
Would you like links to Jim Norton's show? It'll cost you $1.
But yes, 0.1% of that would go to Haiti.
That's right. Yes. Every dollar you send will be stamped with a logo.
You make a good point. It is bullshit, but we do live in a world where you can't do anything without them taking advantage of you. We all just finished our damn Christmas shopping. It was a month ago or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can't even buy anything anymore without fucking giving them all your info at the cash register.
I don't.
I don't
no.
either.
Nope.
I say no. Know what I heard this Christmas season?
Nope.
Well, we have to.
No, you don't.
We have to put something in the system.
Then put
or
something
I can't
in.
make the sale. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Then put in, AAA at AAAA.AA.
And I know the deal the companies make with the fucking cashiers. They're like, look, the more you get, they're getting a piece of the action. It's obvious. Because now they're just flat out lying. Like, look, we can't make the sale unless we put something in the system.
Give them fake numbers.
And then I'm like, well, if I give you my email address or my address, you promise not to send anything.
I promise.
Yeah,
like the dumb sales girl knows.
They go, no, we just click something. I go, let me see the click something. And there's a box they click, but sure enough, fucking a week later, there's shit's coming in the goddamn mail.
You know what I do? I say no. I had that. Can you remember you and I were in the Best Buy? Was I with you? And the guy wanted the information. He's like, I need your number or whatever. I'm like, no. And he goes, I need it. I'm like, you're not getting it. You don't need it to make the sale.
Right.
Ask for a supervisor. I have to. Okay, good. Get me your manager.
Yeah.
I want the fucking store manager.
Yeah, that's not legal. They don't have to ask for a fucking number.
111.
And then call Amex. Call your Amex and tell them they don't want to sell me something unless I give them this information.
But they make it a hassle to the point you're like, all right, here's my fucking number.
Never.
No, you're a minority though, Anthony, Jimmy. And most of us will fucking, unfortunately give the fuck in.
I'm a minority with white guys with huge cocks. But yeah, I always say no. And you know what? I tell them I don't have a phone. Don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone. Or an email.
And then they get pissy at you. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
fuck them.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Why am I giving you my fucking number?
I'm a celebrity.
Say, what's yours? Give me yours.
Yeah, put your number in.
Yeah, put your number in.
Put your number and email in there.
Email.
I don't want it.
You know what I say?
Good idea.
I say my mother doesn't even have my number, and that really shuts him up.
Yeah.
Like, well, how the fuck am I going to get his number if he doesn't even give it to his own mom?
Why wouldn't you give your mother your phone number? My mother's a saint on earth.
Kenny?
You know what I do to aggravate those cash register people?
Just stand there.
Besides that.
You're a dullard.
True that.
Oh, Jimmy's tickling him with a banana.
Got your back.
Oh, Kenny's got his own banana.
They asked
Not
for your
his
name?
pants, though.
No. Nothing
The
there.
dirty plantain.
If they, and this really annoys them, they ask for your name, I go, Cash, Johnny Cash. And they just look at you. If they ask for your zip code, I always go 90210.
That's funny.
Fuck, I got to start doing this.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, like those little tags now that you have to have on your keychain, like to be in the shoppers club for every
Yay!
store. Right?
Yes.
They always ask for those tags, and I go, no. Real men don't shop with coupons. I'm not,
Yeah.
do I need a tag? Like, I'm not a member of the club. Can
Do you
I
have a
shop here?
CVS card?
Yeah.
No. Do you want one? You know you'll get 20% off your purchase right now.
Don't care.
And then what I start doing is, you know how they have a bunch of like little shit for impulse buying around the register?
Yep.
I just start picking up going, how much is this?
No.
And they tell
like
me.
a child.
Yeah. And I'll pick up, how much is this? That's how you get them back.
Oh, good one.
Can you say, did I already talk about what Kenny does when a woman ran by him on the escalator? Do we talk about that on the air?
What? Careful.
Can you say it like, not radio web, but just the way you said it was so annoying to her?
Careful.
No.
I don't know.
He can't do it right?
You got to be in the moment.
No, he just went, careful. The way you would scold a child.
Oh.
You got to be in the moment.
All right, listen.
But then he makes it like this big
Kenny's
showbiz
the
thing.
worst.
Careful.
Careful.
Kenny's got to recharge his battery. Plug into the wall so we could use you a little more today.
Yeah, I know. He's on the
Your battery life sucks.
We have an expert on Haiti coming.
When?
Oh, yeah?
A little while.
All right, let's say hi to Jim, the trucker. Jim.
Oh.
Morning, fellas.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Whoa.
Anytime they want my email address, I always tell them stevec@foundrymusic.com. Punch it out.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, really? This is their new trick? Pennsylvania, what's up?
Lately, and last time I remember was at Lowe's, they ask you for your phone number in case you have to return something. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is my receipt for then? And I never gave it to them either.
I don't know for sure, but this is all trickery. I know that much because I think the cashier gets a little something for all the phone numbers they get during their shift.
Maybe a little commission?
Yeah, because they're working way too hard to try to get your number. And sometimes they're just lying to your face. Like we said, we need your number or we can't make the sale. And a lot of people will fall for that.
Oh, dude, I called him out. I'm like, well, get me a manager.
Let's say hi to Sleepy. Hey, Sleepy, are you awake?
Yeah. I'm here. Hi, boys.
Hey, Sleepy.
Hi.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Yo, what up, man?
Not much.
All right.
I kind of pedaling backwards here a little bit, but when you played your first Rush Limbaugh clip, you kind of fell into his little trap there.
How is that?
Well, because he does this little bit now every day called the media tweak of the day, where he goes and says something really outrageous just to see what the media, like the liberal media, the Huffington Post and all that's going to make up, that he didn't really say, and then play it back to their crowd, and then they just go ballistic on him.
Yeah, okay, then I didn't know he does that, but...
you know what? You just fell for the trap. That's his way. That's his way of getting outrageous stuff out there without fucking having the whole
getting
world
outrageous stuff.
Right, without the whole world coming down on him.
It's like on Most Offensive Song Contest.
Exactly.
We just did it to play really offensive songs.
These are his real thoughts, but he figured out a way to do it where they can't go after him because he's saying, "No, man, I'm just being outrageous on purpose here to show you what the media does."
The media.
What did he say about the light and black skin communities, like light and dark skin communities?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that little Harry Reid thing.
Yeah,
we learned yesterday. Haiti
has a light-skinned black guy.
You know what? Maybe
we learned that yesterday, that Haiti has that same issue where they have a problem with skin tones in their own country.
Maybe I was wrong then. You know what? Maybe I did what I always hate other people do. Maybe I took a piece of a soundbite and this
out of context,
and not knowing that Rush does do that, or he was being sarcastic about Harry Reid. If that's the case, I was wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You are wrong.
All right.
All
right, Fonzie.
A lot of people tell me I remind them of Fonzie.
Oh, yeah?
Except I have a good time, so they call me Funzie.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, sure. See what happens then.
A lot of people saying the Dominican Republic is just as big a shithole as Haiti. I did not know that. I know they have all the resorts that people do like going to.
Not just as big a shithole. Stop.
Is there an actual resort you could go to in Haiti? I don't know.
I stopped.
I hear there's
off
great
there.
places in the Dominican Republic.
I stopped off there on
a
on
port
cruise ship.
Did you walk into town?
It was Royal Caribbean bought like their own little island off of Haiti.
Ooh.
Like bought this thing, and it's like the compound. You go in there. There's no real sand. It's like dirt, and it's not the best place that I was on. Not the best beach I was on, as far as my cruise experiences went.
Yeah,
it's just terrible. It's their own little fucking place. They bought it.
I love
it.
them.
Royal Caribbean Haiti Island.
Supposed to going to Haiti.
It was terrible. I was like, what? I'm going to Labadee. What was it called? Labadee or something like that? Yeah. It sucked, by the way. It's terrible.
Well, it's Jason who works at cashier, I guess. Jason in Detroit. Jason, how are you?
Hey, morning, fellas.
Hey, buddy.
I'm not a cashier. My wife's work is a manager at one of the major drugstore pharmacies or whatever. And if they don't ask for your cards, if they don't get like a certain percentage every month, like if they don't ask for your club card, after a while you'll get terminated because you don't scan enough in. They don't get any money or any kickback. It's just I don't know why. But
so they have the pressure. They still have the pressure of trying to get that info.
And the club card is used for marketing. They know what you buy with it, so then they can target
and sell
you
that
specifically on the products that you buy with mailers and email crap and shit like that. It's just a better way for them to focus their advertising, so they're not wasting money just advertising, fucking kayaks to 90-year-old people. Well, I don't think you can buy a kayak at CVS.
This guy used to work retail. Cody in Indiana. How are you, Cody? Are you the Cody from Indiana?
Oh. I am the Cody from Indiana.
I feel privileged today. How are you, Cody?
I'm great, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Jimmy, I am planning on going to one of your Zanies comedy shows in Vernon Hills or St. Charles, Illinois in March. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm returning to the Chicago area. Good, Cody.
Oh.
Tickets go on sale today, fuckers.
Do they really? Thanks. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, wow, what the fuck? Anyway.
I'm an idiot.
I used to work retail, and much like the guy said, they make you sell magazines or they make you keep up a certain item per sale ratio, and they ask you to do several things. And the only perk is not kickback money if you keep your job.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah.
Okay.
So, see you in March, buddy.
Bye. Thanks, man. Most importantly, I don't know my own schedule.
And finally, Mike and PA before the break here. Mike, how are you?
Mike!
What up?
Mike? Hey, when I'm in line and those dopes ask me for my information, I give my address as 1313 Mockingbird Lane. And my phone number is 8675309.
Yes!
Nice.
I just don't...
Nice.
That's such an easier way to do it. It annoys me so much that they're trying to be that invasive for advertising purposes. Mm-hmm. That is fucking enraging.
I was right there with that enraging.
Yeah, I'm here buying your shit.
Already I'm in here buying.
I'm in here.
Let's not worry about the next time I'm in here buying your shit.
Right.
I'm buying shit right now from your stupid store. Right.
You're getting nothing from me.
And then you don't know where all that shit goes, because a lot of these places have deals with other databases and stuff, and then you wind up being sold. Your information gets sold to some fucking database that they just kind of
other companies can pick and choose from based on demographic. So now you're getting junk mail from shit you didn't even fucking know about.
American Express, they don't sell your information, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope not.
All right, quick sports report before we go to break. In football, the Cardinals beat the Saints, the Ravens beat the Colts, the Vikings beat the Cowboys, and the Jets beat the Chargers. So that's your update on the NFL. We'll be right back.
Opie.
After what?
I didn't see the games.
You think your Cowboys are going to beat the Vikings this weekend?
I know they are.
How you know?
Because Favre's injured.
What, you got a fucking crystal ball?
No, like I got two of them. They're made out of crystals, like salt and stuff.
Opie and Anthony, help me.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 9 new voice messages. First voice message.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a big fuck you to the city of Baltimore. I'm changing my second flat tire in a week and a half right now because there are fucking nails and shards of glass and metal everywhere. What do you people do?
Next message.
This fuck you goes out to my mom for dying and making me deal with her estate and my emotions and all that horse shit. Fuck you, dead mom.
Next message.
Yeah, this is a big fuck you to all my high school students that I teach every day. If you're just going to come in with nothing when we've been in school for 4 months and don't give a shit, I don't give a shit about you. Enjoy being a fry cook for the rest of your life.
Next message.
It's a big fuck you out to my roommate Ryan, who jerked off in the mayonnaise jar, videotaped himself doing it, and then showing it to me after I ate a sandwich. Don't be surprised if you wake up with me shitting on your chest, you fucking asshole. Fuck you!
Next message.
Yeah, this fuck you is for Bob Kelly, dumb fucking stupid Bob Kelly with his stupid Magnum PIE bit. And all I can do now is fucking all day long is say, skadoo, you cocksucker.
Next message.
Telling a really big F you to my girlfriend and fucking your sister for 3 months. Fuck you.
Next message.
Yeah, this is Joey from Long Island. I just want to give a big F you to the dirtbag that pissed all over the toilet seat at McDonald's. Because of you, I took a shit, and now I got your piss all over my ass. Fuck you.
Next message.
I want to send out a big fuck you to all the motherfuckers in New York that let their dogs shit on tree stumps. You know, there's some motherfuckers out there that have to remove these tree stumps and they're tired of stepping in shit all day. So fuck you.
Next message.
This fuck you goes up to myself for jerking off and coming to Russian lesbian porn at full volume, unaware that my mother was still in the house. Fuck my life.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
So what's David Blaine doing?
David Blaine is staying up in Times Square. Forget this. 72 hours to help Haiti.
You just did that. But you didn't help Haiti.
No, that was a coke bender.
Yeah.
Teasing, of course. I haven't done cocaine in fucking hours. No. Years. Used to like doing a little toot back in the 80s when everybody else did.
So, David Blaine is going to stay awake for 3 days.
For 3 days, he's going to be in Times Square doing magical tricks. Doing his magical tricks to help Haiti, yes.
The man is superhuman.
No, he isn't.
He certainly is. He's a demon.
No.
A demon.
72 consecutive hours without catching any Z's? The man is godlike.
No, he can't be godlike. Anyone can stay up for 72 hours. What's the longest you stayed up for?
6 hours and 27 minutes. And then I fall asleep. I'm narcoleptic.
Oh, we didn't know that
yes,
about Chad.
Sometimes I'll be talking, and I'll go, I think the answer is...
Do you have sleep apnea, too?
Yes, I do. That's why I can't drive. I drive in 10-foot increments.
10-foot increments.
I pull over and nap.
That would be.
It takes me a long time.
Yeah.
I'm always late.
Fucking this David Blaine and the media all over it. I mean, obviously for a good cause, but very self-serving on his part. He figured a way to get back into the media spotlight after that last disaster. What was the last disaster? Sam was part of that one.
Yeah, that was when he was hanging upside down
Oh,
for
right.
I don't know.
taking breaks every 20 minutes or
Yeah,
something?
every 20 to 25 minutes, he was getting flipped over and hanging out in a
Well, that's
cherry
what it
picker.
is. He's constantly like cheating on his tricks. Knowing him with this one, it's 72 hours, but he'll take a sleep break every 5 hours.
Right.
That will last an hour.
We haven't heard from David Blaine since he was hanging upside down. But now, I mean, but then you say, look, it's for Haiti, it's a good cause, and now the media's like, oh, okay. Even though we now know he's a hack, we have to go with this.
Oh yeah, now
it's raising money for those poor people down there.
When he was trying to do the big finish at the end, that just didn't work out at all because nobody knew. He jumped off, and then a cable picked him up. He was supposed to disappear in midair, and he just didn't. They just watched him float away
in midair.
Wait, he didn't?
No, the grand finale was a complete disaster. You don't remember all this?
No,
we killed him. Sam was down there. You got to interview David Blaine, right?
Yeah, I asked him why they call him the Mind Freak.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he didn't like that
right.
too much.
No.
But they finally exposed him for being the hack that he really is. I mean, when he does that street stuff, it's kind of cool to watch, but these big over-the-top stunts, they were all a joke. They were all stuff that hacky morning zoo radio shows were doing years and years ago.
Gregory the Man floats in midair. He's a wizard.
He's not a
he
wizard.
certainly does. I watched him float. I laid underneath him for hours. He floated above me, I think.
How do you know? You might have been asleep. I think you were dreaming that.
I think
Ted.
I perhaps was. I had on a wizard hat, and he floated above me. We casted spells. I think that's real.
What were you practicing?
Wizardry. I want to be a wizard, a big wizard. People always said, Tanny, you're going to amount to nothing. I said, I'm going to be a wizard and cast a spell on you. Then they would punch my face.
Do you wear a mask when you sleep there, Ted, for your sleep apnea?
Yes, I do. I wear one of those masks I used to wear in World War II, but sometimes I close it and I can't breathe at all.
Gas mask?
I forget to leave it open. And I'm gasping for air.
Chris S. from Indiana. This is worth taking a peek. Chris Rock does a great bit about the trickless magician. Do a trick, motherfucker. If it's short and worth playing, can we maybe play that today for everybody? Now that we're talking about David Blaine and his wizardry. 72 hours awake. That's crazy, isn't it? That's just nuts.
Doing a little magic.
Half our
tricks.
audience is going to do that starting tonight.
They sleep during the show, so it's okay.
No.
No, they don't.
Of course they are.
Of course. We really got to figure out this Leno thing, man. Do we do it or not? It's a big spot for us. And it ties us into this big thing that is happening with the late night wars. Me, 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 me. You. Me, 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 me. You. See, my bits are for 10 people, but they appreciate those 10 people. Fucking, I don't know. Should we? I don't know. But I don't like flying. What do we got? Bobo.
Yeah.
We got a conclusion to the latest Bobo saga. Bobo was booked to do a gig at a frat house in Buffalo on the South Campus, which is not a good place to be.
No.
In Buffalo, I'm hearing, at this particular college. Was it Buff State or Buff...
University.
University of Buffalo?
At least he got a great deal, though, what I heard. He had to pay for his own travel.
True.
He got $100.
Yeah.
And had to do...
and he would get $5 per ticket sold.
$5 per ticket sold, so I'd love to know how many tickets were sold.
Generally speaking, frat houses don't have tickets.
Right.
That wasn't a good deal.
Oh, literal Jimmy.
Well, the one thing I want to say, some motherfucker out there really fucked with Bobo.
Yeah.
We fuck with Bobo.
But he's our Bobo.
He's our Bobo.
It's like your
He's our
Bobo.
Bobo.
Exactly.
You don't fuck
We're
with
allowed
our
to fuck with
Bobo.
Bobo to give you guys good radio. And we do give him a life, because his life sucked until we started, really making fun of him.
But he doesn't need
that to our
that.
pledges. Only we could do that to our pledges.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's true.
Yes.
He doesn't need some guy in Buffalo who doesn't put him on a radio show fucking with him.
That's right. Some chowderhead.
So, of course, when it came down to it, Bobo couldn't get a hold of this guy in Buffalo. Mersch was going to drive him.
Mersch was going to drive him, but he chronicled the event. He showed me the tape of, Bobo left this guy. They were at Bobo's house, and he left him 10 voicemails. Because when it came time to say, well, we got to call him and get the address and da-da-da, get all the info, Bobo had his hair gel in and was ready to go.
Wow.
Had his performance jacket on, and he was ready to But
poor Bobo.
Yeah, he called and the guy.
I'm kind of with you today, Jimmy.
I feel bad for him on that one.
He called him what?
The guy stopped answering. So
the guy didn't even answer the phone.
Bobo left him at least 10 that I've heard.
Hello,
voicemails, calling him all kinds of derogatory names. Then finally, he called him and left a final voicemail, which was an apology.
Oh, hoping that would.
And the guy called him back and just said he was just busy. And that's why he didn't answer the phone.
Who is this asshole?
Some asshole in Buffalo. He has a Buffalo area code. So
sorry, phone schools can do that.
Right.
But then
should we get a montage of Bobo calling this guy? I hear it's on tape.
Yeah, I mean,
the
tape's only okay. It's more the principle of it, like that he did it. And then I found out, and then Bobo, remember when he said his representation called the guy in Buffalo?
Yes.
It was his mom. His mom was like,
oh my God,
is this thing on or not? And Bobo goes, yeah, he just called and said he was just busy. And his mom had finally had enough of people messing with her son and said, now you have to let me talk to him. And his mom called the guy in Buffalo.
Oh my God.
So how did it
depressing?
How did it turn out?
Poorly. He didn't go. It didn't happen.
But it didn't happen?
And Bobo was very excited.
But
it was
I
his
thought
first
he had
real gig.
I thought he had like 5 minutes of comedy.
So then Mersh was doing I guess he's an open micer. And so he took Bobo to some open mic in the city that evening.
Okay, all right. I was confused. I thought it had gone down and he did 5 minutes up there. So he totally got fucking blown off and goofed on by...
No money, no trip to Buffalo, none of it. No headlining gig.
Oh, they told him he was going to headline at a frat house. And why did Bobo believe this in the first place?
Bobo will believe or repeat whatever he's told.
Trainables will believe anything.
Why would he call up and go, this is and think that no one knows
you,
him?
Anthony. Why? Why do you think?
Why?
Why would he eat pennies and fucking gum and think it's tasty?
I was stupid for even asking.
Guy's a couple of donuts short of a donut shelf.
That's what I say.
Where's Ted?
Of course.
Where's Ted?
I don't like that Ted kid whines. It's a baby.
So, the good news, we got Bobo doing 5 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully some of the jokes we heard before when he was on this program, sampling his stand-up.
Yes, which was just amazing.
But that's when he was getting water bottles, newspapers, and shoes thrown in.
And wet paper towels and toilet paper.
If I get a good connection in Atlantic City at the Borgata when I see Jim Norton this weekend, I'll put up some of that video that I did take of everybody pelting Bobo. I just haven't had time to get it up there yet.
Poor Bobo.
It's pretty good. Unfortunately, I missed Anthony's shot when he really hit him really fucking hard in the nose with a bottle or something.
I clocked him a good one.
And I just wasn't rolling at that point. But I think we got enough footage to go with.
But then when I threw the water on him, and then my favorite, actually, was when Sam poured the bottle of water on his crotch and made it. He then had to walk around the rest of the day looking like he pissed himself.
Yeah. I should have a fan bring me out tonight. I should do that. Like if one of our good fans is down here, like, you think that Bubba won't be there or Big A or any of those guys?
I'm sure there'll be a lot of fans though.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
There'll be somebody that'll.
Yeah, one of the ones we know.
Yeah, you'll figure out something.
I just can't wait to sit down and play blackjack with fans.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be great. Hey, Anthony, sit down and watch him fuck me up by hitting on something he shouldn't.
They'd be doing show references and stuff.
Yeah, the whole time. Hey, right?
Or the guy will have a 10 and he'll get blackjack and he'll go, well, it looks like I have blackjack.
Oh, look, he's trying to get on the show. Hey, don't talk about this on your show when you get back. I don't want it to be material for your show.
You won't be.
Don't worry about it.
Every time that you lose, he'll point out, that's a car crash for you, Anthony.
Oh, gee, you just lost, so I would buy it. That's like a year's salary for me.
You lose, you get nothing. Good day, sir.
Oh, and Danny knows how great I handle a loss. I will fucking kill him.
Know what I'm thinking? You
before you spit all over the place.
I will spit on
punch things.
I know, I'm terrible.
I'm thinking this. You're such a big fan of Chip Chipperson. I pray that he sits right next to you and plays blackjack.
I hope so too.
I would love to have Chip just harass the dealer all night long.
I play good blackjack.
Yeah?
Sure I do. I hit on everything because I feel like the odds are in my favor.
So what if you have 20?
No, I won't hit on a 20, but you give me a 17. The odds of getting a 4 are good. I'm really good.
No,
I make jokes. The queens, whatever. I make everybody laugh at the table. I crack them up.
What's like one of your jokes? You're sitting there, you're dealt a pair of queens, the deal's got a 4 show and go.
Hey, who are these two ladies? What are they doing around here?
Please play with Anthony. And then he'll see it my way. I know.
Hey, these two ladies.
Yeah, look at them. Bet you're hoping for a couple kings to take them for a night in a town or something.
Oh, good. I want to play with you, Chip.
I play very good.
Yeah?
My mother doesn't like me gambling, though.
Why's that?
I don't know. That woman's a saint. She's a beautiful woman,
All
voluptuous.
right. Chip really likes his mom a lot.
Voluptuous.
A little too much.
Yeah.
I think.
We were talking about Bobo, and he's on the line. Bobo!
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on the line right now. I'm downstairs. Sam asked me if I was going to be showing up today, but unfortunately they don't even have my name in the system.
Oh, boy. I told Carlisi he was coming.
His name's not in the system.
Not good.
We should get Bobo.
All right, we'll get you up here.
We'll get you up here, Bobo.
Have him try again. Oh, try again. Your name's in the system now.
Yeah, do it live on the show.
Go ahead.
This will be
they
exciting.
put it in.
With your static phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go.
All right, hold on. I'm at the desk. Is my Daniel Curlin? Curlin, Kurlan.
Daniel Curlin. How's it going, Bubba?
Right now, it's already got taken care of.
Did you get your little sticky badge?
No, I don't have any bag on me.
No, your sticky badge that they give you.
Not your
so you
sticky
can...
bag.
Your sticky bag.
No, I was talking to the security guard was asking me if I had any bags on me.
Steve from Bayshore goes, Daniel Curlin, that's IDIOT.
But as we speak right now, I'm at the elevator thing, waiting for the elevator.
All right.
All
right, we'll see you in a little bit.
I want you to introduce yourself to whoever's on the elevator.
Oh, yeah, why don't you do that?
Tell them you're Bobo from the Opie and Anthony. There's a big buzz that you're coming up today.
Yeah, is there anybody near you, near the elevator banks that you could talk to right now?
No, not at the moment.
They're all intimidated by you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to hear his phone go dead when he goes in the elevator.
I do, too, because it plummets.
Yeah.
From the basement.
You just hear a cable snap.
Yeah, like the Omen 2.
He would walk away from the records.
Right,
Like nothing
he
happened.
would.
Like nothing happened.
The elevator plummeted. I'm sorry.
Right now.
What?
What?
I'm on the elevator right now.
Are you alone?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, God.
There it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
You'll hear a high-pitched whine, which means the nuclear device has gone off.
Nothing kills it. But if he was in Haiti right now, he'd still be babbling at people. And then I was supposed to go to Buffalo. Why does the man keep talking? Nobody want to hear the story.
There's people dying here, man.
Things are sad here. You're babbling about nothing. I was going to go to Buffalo and then I was going to perform, but the guy told me I understand what everybody here is feeling. You don't understand nothing. I saw a person under a rock.
Did you?
Well, what did you do to help him? You're just talking. The man put the rock on himself, so him didn't have to hear you.
So him didn't have to hear you. What a dolt.
So we got Bobo at a comedy club.
Yeah. He got 5 minutes on stage.
Okay. How many people were there?
Well, judging by, I didn't see a crowd shot, but judging by the reaction, I'd say maybe a baker's dozen, probably more like 5 or 6.
All right, this is going to be uncomfortable.
5 or 6 what?
Baker's
People.
dozen?
No, I was going to say baker's dozen, but it didn't
You
sound
did say
like...
baker's dozen,
So
Dad.
basically, that's 13 people.
No,
Okay.
I know, but then I thought it didn't really sound like 13 people.
Basically, Bobo performed in front of more people in studio when we were helping
Yeah.
him out than,
Yeah, I would think
than his
so.
actual gig at an open mic club.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how it went down here.
God.
I don't know how much we're going to be able to take of this.
No.
It is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep it going for your next comedian. Give it up for Bobo, everyone.
Good evening, New York, Manhattan, wherever you call it. I like to say I've been through so many surgeries because of this damn dick problem I was born with. There was something wrong with my urethra when I was very little. And I can tell you it's the worst thing when you find out you have to go through surgery. And I've been through 48 of them. For one thing, you're in this doctor's office, and this beginning of the part that really irritates me. When they have to check out your junk, they make you pull down your pants, and they have to look, they have to check your junk. I always hate that. It says, thank God I'm not going to get raped on this one. They're just staring there, they're looking, and then all of a sudden they'll be talking to my mother, and then...
Wait, can we do this when he's here so I can tell him a little bit about what he might be doing wrong? The fact that there's no pause.
None.
Between statements and jokes.
Nothing.
He's running down the hall now.
Just look at him go. Yeah, running. He's got his O&A shirt on.
Can we put a time limit on this, though?
Yes, 3 minutes.
3 minutes? For real.
Hi, Bobo.
Bobo.
Hey, Bobo. I heard the Buffalo thing didn't pan out for you so well, huh?
Yep, they did.
That
guy, if I run into that guy, I'm going to do the same thing. First of all, I'm going to use an example of someone else I would do the same thing to. A while back, I was looking somewhere, I think it was in a Newsday, some article about that reservation in Mastic where they sell the cigarettes.
Yes.
I think it's the same place where Saul buys his cigarettes.
Saul, right.
Yeah, and there's this picture of this guy.
Ro, I don't like Christmas shoes. They hurt my feet.
Saul.
There's a picture of this guy. There's a picture of this guy dressed in like a suit that looks like the cigarette carton. And this guy looked like this guy looks so annoying. If I just ran it, I feel like just whacking this guy with the baseball bat just for the heck of it.
Oh wow!
At least you kept the TV clean with heck.
Yeah.
Just because I think it'd be funny to see this guy just get the crap beat out of him with the baseball bat.
Now, hold on. The guy in Buffalo. That's who you're talking about?
Yeah, the same thing. I feel like doing the same thing to him.
Well,
if I ran into this guy.
Well, who the fuck were you talking about in the first place?
Well, I was saying there was a similar thing I do to this other thing I saw. This other person I saw. And a paper. I do the same thing. I take out a baseball bat, beat the crap out of this guy.
What are you talking about in the paper?
Yeah, we're very confused.
Well, I said I would do the same thing.
No, but who are you talking about?
I was talking about this guy.
Wait. There's two people you want to beat with the bats, right?
Yeah.
One is the guy in Buffalo that fucked you out of the comedy gig. Who's the other guy?
The other guy is this guy that looks stupid wearing this cigarette suit, looked like a suit that looked like a cigarette carton.
Yeah.
It was in a newspaper somewhere in I think the Newsday.
Now why so violent against him? He didn't do you an injustice like the guy in Buffalo.
Well, this guy just looks a little bit annoying. Looks too goofy there in that.
So you want to beat him with a bat? He's got a bad job that he's got to dress like cigarette box, and you want to beat him up? I
don't exactly want to
fuck you out of a gig.
No, I don't exactly want to beat him up. I just think it'd be funny if he was.
Oh, okay.
I just think it'd be funny if he just got the crap beat out of him senselessly in his own piss.
Just because he looks funny? Just because he looks funny?
Just because it looks annoying, all right?
Wow.
For some reason, this guy
that should be your theme in life, to beat up people that look annoying.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he'll just try to block your car if you're stopping right past him. Like he'll just try to block you.
Bobo.
Holy shit, you're exhausting.
You really are. Listening to some of your comedy, we only got a minute.
You're like watching a video buffering.
Ryan, bear in mind that this room there was hardly anybody in this room when I did
How many people saw the comedy stylings of Bobo?
Well, I always think there was maybe about 3 people, and I don't even think they were really an audience. They were really just people probably doing the same thing. Probably there for the open mic night.
Oh, they wanted to perform.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gotta be a nightmare for comedians.
So this was literally, I felt like I was literally performing in an empty room.
Well, you were.
Well, Bobo, you have to realize a little criticism. You just basically started and then rambled. You have to have punchlines and a little bit of timing because you just went right up there and you No, because you have to realize nobody knows anything about you at this point. So you just woke up, my dick surgeries, and my urethra should not be in the first minute of your set. People have to know what's going on. You have to take them through it. You're assuming that they just hear a guy who they've never... Can we start that over?
Yeah, you got to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Bobo, and I'm a disaster.
I was
Let me
born
tell you
with
why
this.
I'm a disaster.
Boom, little punchline so they can follow you. They don't know what's going on.
Keep it going for your next comedian. Give it up for Bobo, everyone.
Good evening, New York, Manhattan, wherever you call it. I like to say I've been through so many surgeries because of this damn dick problem I was born with. There was something wrong with my urethra when I was very little, and I can tell you it's the worst thing when you find out you have to go through
Pause it right there. Basically, what you're doing is you're just telling the audience that you've had a birth problem with your genitals, but you're not giving...
That's kind of...
Yeah, there's no...
It's kind of brave, though.
It's great, but you should make it in joke form, because you're just basically saying, I'm tired of all these dick surgeries. I was born with a urethra problem.
And there's so many doctors, and they do this, and you're just, you know what it sounds like? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so you're reading it instead of going up, blah, blah, blah. All
right, what should I start with?
Your
brother raping you.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, give some of your gay experiences.
Yeah.
That'll perk them up a little
Or
bit.
I hate the doctor. I hate the doctor. You know, I'm talking about the doctor a little bit.
I think you should curse God. Just curse God.
Yes, look
Get up there and just curse God.
Point at
Start
heaven
there.
and boo.
Yeah. Or at least, the first 5 minutes, just breathe into the mic like you got a sucking chest wound, like you're doing now.
Well, he
How
ran
about
down the
that?
hall. He still hasn't recuperated
Oh,
from
is
his
that
little
it?
sprint down the hall. How old are you?
I'm 27.
You should be able to run down the hall without breathing heavily.
I'm not tired from that.
What are you tired
sinuses?
No, I was up all night, all the sneezing.
I was up all night, all the
We
sneezing.
have a real life Saul Rosenberg in our midst.
Oh, I was sneezing. It was tragic.
Why are you sneezing
My
all
Mets
night?
hat fell off.
I don't know. I don't know. I may have gotten a cold or something. I don't know. I was just congested the whole night.
Do you have allergies?
Yeah, I get allergies. They're mostly seasonal.
What allergies do you get in January when it's 2 degrees?
Seasonal.
Well, I don't think there was
Salt and pepper.
anything seasonal, but I also sometimes sneeze a lot, but it doesn't happen a lot.
What are you allergic to, Bobo? That you have seasonal allergy.
Well, there's a lot of dust.
Dust?
And certain pollen, like the high pollen count.
The high pollen count gets to you?
Yes, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Well, not really this time of year.
I know.
This time of year, it's a little bit easier. But for some reason, I guess maybe I had a cold or something. I was sneezing like crazy last night.
Are you sure it's not all your nostril hair? 'Cause you do have a lot of nostril hair that you don't clip.
Yeah, you might want to clip that shit.
I'm sure about that.
He just answers it. I'm sure about that. Have you clipped your nostril hair?
Yeah, I did. I clipped it 2 days ago, but it grows too quick.
It looks like Pandora in there. Little Avatar joke for everybody. Hey, you should have Stephen S. from Bayshore write for you because he's got some great stuff. Bobo should say, if you think Haiti's a disaster, you should have seen my cock at birth. That would be a good fucking opener right there.
There you go.
Oh.
And Stephen S. is saying your nose is clogged with zits. Oh my God! What a fucking
wow.
visual. You like that one? Write this shit down. Stephen S. is giving this to you for free.
I actually like that one.
All right. You want to hear more of his material?
I'd love to.
I want to know about his
Well, I wasn't
sneezing.
sure what to go with since it was a 5-minute thing, so versus like the half hour I would have done at Buffalo, so I had everything like ready for that.
But you're not giving them place to laugh. You're just talking a lot in a row. Like you're basically just standing there talking and they're listening. Like you have to kind of construct jokes.
Yeah. Well, should I have been like said like that? I'm annoyed at all these surgeries I've had to gone through.
Yeah, we're just talking about had to go through a lot of surgeries. Yes.
Right.
Footer wants in. Footer, hey man, what's up?
Yo, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Yo, the funny thing is how, Jimmy, you're giving Bobo legitimate, comic advice that, he's going to take it and tweak it a little bit. Next thing you know, the guy's going to be fucking touring the world with his comic genius, you know?
I hope so. How about my cock looks like a half-chewed corn on the cob? You know, talk about how your penis is a little bit chewed up on the bottom.
Give him a visual.
I could say that I've been through so many surgeries that my cock looks like a half-chewed cock.
Well, whatever your word is. That's better.
Footer, you got to have an open mind. I think with just a little tweaking, I think people would actually see Bobo do a few minutes on the stage. I really do.
No, don't misunderstand me. Keep it up. It's fucking brilliant. But I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of all the comics that like are on that fucking verge that really do just need like a Jimmy or someone to kind of push them to the next level. And fucking Bobo is just getting it fucking Jimmy the man.
Thanks, man.
Fucking hysterical. All right, boys.
Steve from Bayshore, Darth Bobo. What are you doing with that breathing?
I am your retard.
What are you doing?
And that was just me being quiet, breathing through my nose, and I couldn't even hear that yet. I didn't realize I was breathing. I didn't realize it was picking up a breathing that's relatively quiet.
You're breathing.
All right, Bobo. Let's see what else you
my
did
cock
with your
looks
5
like
minutes.
a half-chewed cock.
I would laugh at that if I
would too.
saw Bobo doing that.
A scream.
This guy's a panic.
We're not trying to polish him into the next Seinfeld, people. Just getting him into a place where maybe...
I am your father. Yes, your mother liked it in the shitter. She was Jewish, but damn it, she liked it in the shitter, and no sheets here.
Fuck, I would...
Wow,
this is good
that's Darth
shit.
Vader.
And damn it,
No,
I
Darth
was
Bobo.
like going, no, when she died. The damn best piece of ass I ever had. You super Palpatine, you damn tricked me into a scam. I can't believe I fell for a swindler like you. Told me I'd find out a way to save her life. I turned to the... You told me I turned to the dark side if I was able to save her life, but no, you lied. She still died after she became a fistable after giving birth to you and your sister.
Wow!
I would have been looking forward to fisting her pussy after that, after giving birth to you and your sister.
Hey, listen to the voice. Listen to the voice.
I would have been looking forward to fisting that bitch's pussy, but she didn't die.
You got to breathe a little bit in between. All right, add that and now try it again. Wow, Darth Bobo, everyone. Darth Bobo.
It's Darth Vader in Mean Streets. That's good.
Do you do any other impressions?
I want more Darth Bobo. Can you start the Darth music up again? All right, give us a little more Darth Bobo. Now you got it. The breathing, you're talking through your hand now.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
Go ahead, Darth Bobo.
Luke, I am your father. And yes, that's right. Your mother liked it in a shitter.
You said that already. New material.
I just had the result of masturbating the damn pictures of her. But David, I can't feel my cock with these robotic hands. I don't even think I have a cock.
Breathe.
I think my cock got burned up in that acid. And thanks to that Palpatine stupid scam, I sound like I got asthma.
Wow. That is fantastic. Bobo.
We just gave you a bit for your comedy routine. Darth Bobo. You got to do Darth Bobo.
Would be great.
Yeah, and now
Don't
Anthony's
talk into your
right.
hand as much because people won't be able to understand you in the audience.
Yeah,
And Anthony's right. Any other impressions you do?
Yeah, any impressions?
That's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
What else do you do?
Well, let me see. I got this one of this guy that always get pissed off every time you don't tip him. This cab driver.
Well, that's kind of...
Let's hear it.
All right, let's play act a little bit. Who wants to be in a cab with Bobo right now?
I don't. I'm not very good.
That is $8 there. All right, here you go. He says, "Oh, no tip." I says, when somebody says, "Oh, I got $8," says, "Oh, no tip. I'll take $1, but I'll be not happy."
Wow. That sounds like the guy. Cab driver. Sounds just like him.
Who else do you do?
So you don't tip the guy?
sometimes I tip the guy, but sometimes there are moments where I only got enough for the ride out there. At some times, I only got enough for that ride.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point where they just expect the tip. As you guys had mentioned, they just think you get the tip automatically.
Oh, yeah. Anthony, Captain Ned in New Hampshire. Ask him if he could do retard D2.
What else do you do? What impressions?
Yeah, what else, man?
Some celebrity.
Rocky.
Good. Do Scooby-Doo doing something.
Yeah.
No, I'd say, I get to do this one, that rooster from the Looney Tunes cartoons. No, I'd say, here, boy, there ain't no chicken. There ain't no chicken, boy.
It's good.
There ain't no chicken, boy. That there's the chicken, boy.
You know what? I think the wheels have fallen off. I think you got to go back to...
Sounds like the guy from In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, you got to go back to Darth Bobo, I'm thinking. That's, here we go. Yeah. New material, though. New material.
Where is my cord? I ordered it a few minutes ago. Stormtrooper can I have a part? That need my asthma spray. Damn it. I hate this.
This isn't new material.
Not new material. Anthony's right.
Makes me feel like I got asthma.
Someone says you should do shoot caca.
I don't know. I can do Chewbacca.
God damn, that's funny. Shoot caca.
Shoot caca. What is that?
That's Chewbacca. Or Chewbacca, sorry. Chewbacca.
You better stop
No,
doing that.
That's the noise you made when your brother was fucking you in the ass. We want chewed caca.
Sounds just like him.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for your first words when you were born. You want to go back to his actual set?
Yeah, just for a second.
Surgery, and I've been through 48 of them. For one thing, you're in this doctor's office, and this beginning of the part that really irritates me. When they have to check out your junk, they make you pull down your pants, and they have to look. They have to check your junk. I always hate that. It says, I'm not going to get raped on this one. They're just staring at her, looking, and then all of a sudden they'll be talking to my mother, and then you just know what they're going to say. Oh, yeah, he has another surgery. That part scares me. I'm always afraid of surgery. So then I get the surgery.
Now, Bobo, I don't even want to listen to this set because I think we gave you some great new stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
You fucking go home and you work on that Darth Bobo.
But I think
we should make him our project and make him where he really is a touring comedian.
Just a giant success.
He's got a niche.
Not only
could
that,
be one of those niche comics that people actually go and see.
Not only that, I thought of a new name now. Every time I attack the virus, I'm going by the AIDS.
Are you going to be in Atlantic City this weekend?
No, I'm not. I didn't make any plans to be there this weekend.
Well, could you get on a bunch of trains and buses and maybe hitchhike, go down to Atlantic City, intro Jimmy? You're not gonna have a room or nothing, and then you just take a bunch of buses, trains, and hitchhike back to Queens. Jimmy would appreciate it.
If I can figure out a way to get there, I got to look up how much it costs and everything for the trip there.
Well, of course,
he would do it for you.
I wouldn't have him just come unless I can get him a room. I don't know if I can.
Someone's suggesting maybe another movie, Bobo Cop. Do you do anything from Bobo Cop?
Yes.
Citizen.
I am RoboCop.
No, you're Bobo Cop.
I am BoboCop. Citizen, put down that weapon. Put down that weapon. And what is that you're smoking? I want some of that. After I arrest you, you tell me where you got some of that stuff. That is some good joint.
Hey, let's do BoboCop arresting Chewbacca.
Oh, good one.
Dude, you freak! You are under arrest! This guy is freaking trying to attack me! Get this guy before he rapes me!
That sounds like Steve's inner dialogue.
Hey, how you doing, you hot chick? Hey, you know, I may have gotten injured, but that part managed to survive.
Nice. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Anyone else hear it? Anyone else in this room hear it? Would you?
What did the Fugitives sound like? That's an original one.
Fugitive caller.
You know what? The fugitive thing is done, though, but we could use that voice for something else, I'm thinking. Because that is a great voice that you do, Bobo.
That's it. That just sounds like every auto-tune song I freaking hear.
Oh, boy, does it?
I get annoyed by those auto-tune songs. Let me tell you, auto-tuning, that is not singing. Anybody can do that.
Controversial.
Sam, can we get him in the studio to do a little auto-tuning?
Yeah.
We're finally on to the auto-tune bit years later. Years past everyone else doing stuff, we're finally doing auto-tune bits. What do you want to do on auto-tune, Bobo?
I'm not sure what to do on auto-tune.
We should get something done with him in a studio.
Well, I feel like either something by the Black Eyed Peas or a Miley Cyrus.
Oh, you want him to sing, or you want him to do, like, kind of something...
Oh, he should sing.
Yeah,
should sing?
I think the auto-tune works best singing, because like Bobo says, anybody can be a star.
Enough with this set. It's just not working. I think we gave you some great shit today, and I think now we're going to bring you in the studio and do a little auto-tune.
Oh, my God. Did you hear yourself breathing that time?
He nodded.
I heard it a little bit, breathing through my nose.
Yeah, you're really breathing heavy. What's going on? Sinuses?
Yeah, just some sinuses, that's all. It's been going on the past 2 days.
Yeah, why? Because of, what? Allergies?
No, I just got a cold. I sneeze a lot, but sometimes when I get a cold, it's even worse. But there was at one point where it was even worse than it is now. It was so bad. There was one time I went
How bad? What? Oh.
I went through 2 boxes of tissues in the same day.
Wow, that's
good
bad.
remark.
Wow.
They used to call me Sneezy in middle school.
Oh,
wow. I bet that was just one of the names.
They're also calling you Sleepy because they're falling
What else did they call you in school? As like bullies? What would they call you?
No, I think that's all I remember. They used to call me.
Yeah, just Sneezy.
Yeah, that one. I used to
Are you
hate
sure
that.
that's the fucking what were they?
Just
the 7 dwarfs.
Paul wants to do his own Darth Bobo impression. Let's go to Paul. Paul.
Luke, I am your father. Oh, this guy's just awful.
Yes, you are.
All right, we're going to auto-tune with Bobo?
Yeah, we're going to find a song that Bobo likes and make him a star.
Ooh, I like that.
We're going to get him on Hits 1.
All right, Bobo. You're going to go sing somewhere.
Yeah, go sing a
Hopefully
song.
they'll have something for us.
Go process it.
After the break. Hey, remember when we said that David Blaine's doing his thing, and then someone said Chris Rock does a thing?
Yes.
He's not doing magic.
Trick.
Trick!
It's a quick clip. We'll do this going into break.
We so desperate for entertainment. Everybody's falling for this magician, David Blaine. What the fuck is this shit? Are we so desperate that we fall for a trickless magician? Where the fuck's the trick? Cut a lady in half. Pull a rabbit out of a hat. Do something. What's his last trick? I'm in a box, and I ain't gonna eat. I'm in a box, and I ain't gonna eat. There ain't no trick. That's called living in the projects.
Busy show today before we all head to Atlantic City to see Jim Norton this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We got Jim Norton's manager in studio, Jonathan. We're going to talk to him in a little bit. He's got to wake up, Jimmy. He's on L.A. time.
Yes, he is.
But he could tell a story, that's for sure. He's traveled the world to some very dangerous places. So we want to get into it with Jonathan. We love when he comes by.
See, Jonathan's motto is, if they allow clits, I'm not going there.
Removed with a spade shovel.
He really is insane. Yeah. Also, Ian Halpern's about to enter the studio, but before that, because it's a quickie, you hear about this 8-year-old on the terrorist watch list?
Oh, yeah.
What? And they interviewed the poor little fucker.
Poor little fucker. What did he do to get on the list?
Yeah, it's true.
Little rotten kid.
Well, let's find out. It's a quickie before Ian Halpern. Ian's got some dirt on Tiger Woods. For real. So we're going to get into that and see if we can make international headlines.
Mikey's name is not on the no-fly list, but apparently it is on the larger so-called selectee list, which sets off a high level of security screening. Mikey's mother says it's happened to the boy since he was 2.
You could have seen that he was 2, and he was 3, and he was 4, and he was 5. But now it's scary because he's 8. And what happens when he's 16?
Why would a kid be a terrorist?
Why would a kid be a terrorist? That's what everybody's wondering.
Poor little kid.
But they can't figure this shit out. I know, we're like broken records. We've talked about this.
Well, I say to the parents, I mean, if the kid has a problem at that age, that's just bad parenting. I mean, obviously he's a very bad little boy, a little 8-year-old jihadist.
I don't bring weapons on the plane because I'm not supposed to.
Who's Tony? He's the little jihadist who lives in my mouth. And when do you think maybe we should take Danny to a mosque? He's reading, all jihad and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Shit. Yeah, this, obviously, a little mistake. Why can't they fix that? And maybe instead of frisking this little bastard every time he goes through security, getting the guy with the exploding underwear.
Yeah.
Who was on the list.
Yeah, of course, and they did nothing with him.
Yeah.
Right?
Mikey's name is not on the no-fly list, but apparently it is on the larger so-called selectee list, which sets off a high level of security screening. Mikey's mother says it's happened to the boy since he was 2.
You could have seen that he was 2, and he was 3, and he was 4, and he was 5. But now it's scary because he's 8. And what happens when he's 16?
Why would a kid be a terrorist?
Why would a kid be a terrorist? That's what everybody's wondering.
Sounds like a very bad boy.
Is that the same clip?
That was the
yes,
same
it was
clip.
Twice.
Yeah.
It was, right?
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
Wait, who did that?
I thought I was having deja vu.
I think you did it on purpose. Who made that clip?
That was the same exact clip, right?
Yes.
That's weird. I don't know what to do. Unless maybe I didn't... Did we play the clip where he doesn't like being touched?
His name's Mikey. Maybe it's the Pop Rocks and soda, Mikey, and that could explode.
I hope you don't play that clip.
Don't know that.
Did you hear this clip?
This is the face of evil, or so you might think by the way he's questioned and patted down before he boards an airliner.
I don't like getting like touched in like certain spots.
Yeah, they touch you in certain spots?
Yeah, they go like that way.
He's Michael W. Hicks, an 8-year-old Cub Scout who may not look like a terrorist, but he gets the terrorist screening treatment every time he flies with his parents, because his name, apparently the same as someone else, is on the list.
All right, we didn't hear that one, right?
Michael Hicks doesn't sound like a terrorist.
No, not
I'll
at
tell
all.
you the truth. Even the guy that his name is like, that's on the list, probably shouldn't be on the list.
You know.
He's on like a no-fly bigger list. He's probably like a drunk guy, got drunk and fucking was an asshole one day.
I can see if his name was like Bill Laden.
Bill.
Just to throw us off. Just to throw us off a little bit.
Omar William Laden. Right. All right.
Al Zarqawi.
Or, says, we don't know a whole lot of them. Or little Petey Ahmadinejad.
Yeah, just one of those dumb stories. Sucks for that family. Hey, why don't we get Ian Halpern in here? He's going to admit that he had sex with Tiger Woods, I think.
And we have audio.
And we have audio of him. What?
He had sex with Tiger Woods?
Yes,
yeah, I think so.
That's a scoop.
Yeah, here comes Ian Halpern. Ian Halpern, everyone.
There he is.
Hello.
How you doing? How you been, sir?
So it's true you had sex with Tiger Woods. Tell us about it.
Man, look, everyone is fucking calling me for the Tiger Woods story because look, I fucked up, man. A chick came with me with a tape 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I refused to do the book. Every publisher knows. They leaked it out. Still, about 3.5 weeks ago, my agent gets a call offering me almost 7 figures to fucking crash out a Tiger Woods book. I'm under contract with a publisher. I can't. You know, you can't do that. So every motherfucker has been calling me, stalking me, everyone from all the tabloids, the Inquirer people, Us Weekly, In Touch, all of these, they've been calling me. You guys haven't called. You guys have been the nicest to me, so I'm here. I'm giving it to you guys exclusively. Fuck the rest of them.
Nice.
What?
That's very cool.
So you're under contract to do another book, so you can't just break that.
I fucked up, man. I missed the boat on this story. Seriously, I'd be on a boat with fucking 10 chicks from Montreal now, and they'd be fucking licking my toenails right now.
It's not that big a story. I wouldn't worry about
it is.
Oh, literal Jim.
So what's the exclusive on Tiger Woods?
All right, but look, Opie, the bottom line is here. In 2002, I wrote a book. See, I do undercover shit. It won Book of the Year. I went undercover as a male model. I know it's hard to believe, but no, really. And I infiltrated the fashion industry. It was called Bad and Beautiful. So there's one chick, this model, who cooperated with me. Man, I have a rough voice. I was singing karaoke here. I just got in yesterday. I was singing karaoke till 3:30 in the morning.
You sound good.
Yeah, I'm okay. I sound like Leonard Cohen today.
Karaoke always goes to
like you don't handle your money the way he does.
Morning.
Man, is Jill Nicolini below that table, by the way? Where is she today?
Wow, look at you. You've been keeping in touch with the show.
Bottom line is here that this chick who cooperated with me for the Bad and Beautiful, her and her manager approached me 2 years ago. They played me the tape, and I'm going to tell you the contents of the tape today.
Okay.
And I didn't think it had legs. I fucking missed the boat. Plain and simple. I fucked up.
You saw an alleged sex tape that starred Tiger Woods?
And she's peddling it right now. This is in the news. I have heard the tape before anyone else 2 years ago. The publishers know this because, look, I spoke to a few publishers. They missed the boat, too. They said, I don't think this has legs. Like, come on, man. If I would have done the book, it would have come out just about now.
Wow. Yeah.
And so this, you know, whatever. I'm not looking back. But here, look, bottom line, Tiger's nickname, I'm telling you right now, on the sex tape, she calls him Lazy Dog.
Lazy Dog?
Lazy Dog.
Now,
the whole tape.
Why is that?
I have figure it out.
Lazy Dog.
Lazy Dog. That's Tiger's nickname.
Wow.
I would speculate that would probably be somebody that likes to just kind of kick back and let someone else do the work.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
You know, what's your take
It's also
on
called
this?
a guy.
Yeah. Lazy Dog. If I would use that in a BDSM situation where I was getting spit in my face, being called a lazy dog, and then she'd take something that looked like a dick and pretend it was a tail and shove it in my hiney. And that's just me talking. That's my guess.
Now, I want to set the ground rules here today, because I know all the fucking journalists listening, look, this is it. This is the only fucking interview I'm doing on this. It's right here. Nobody fucking call my agent again. He's been bombarded the last month. Look, you guys didn't even call, but you guys have been the nicest to me, so I said, I'm only doing it on your show, but nobody fucking call me again. I'm working on a new book, a TV show. I have no fucking time to talk about Tiger Woods and make me weep. I missed the boat, man.
So do you think this is real? This sex tape?
100%. Because the reason why I know it's real, the voice matches Tiger's, and she's peddling it right now. That's made news.
What do you hear on the tape? Because you didn't see the tape, you heard this.
I heard the entire
alleged
tape.
sex tape with Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I sat down with her and her manager for about an hour and a half.
Why wouldn't they show it to you? Why wouldn't they show you the video?
They only wanted to play me audio.
I would have worried you had a hidden camera or something like that. They might have been. Were they worried that you might have filmed it secretly and then fucked them?
I don't know. They didn't say that, but the ground rules were, we'll only play the audio.
Okay.
All right.
No stills or anything, huh?
He talks about his wife. He alludes to the fact, look, things weren't peachy keen with her, and keep it quiet. And he talks about snow jobs. Do you know what snow jobs are?
Like snowballing?
Is a snow job?
I think it's like a Kama Sutra position.
Oh, okay.
It's like some sexual position, snow jobbing.
I always thought it had something to do with sucking semen out, like snowballing is when one girl takes semen and they make out.
You learned that from Clerks.
No, I didn't actually, but I mean, please, I learned that from life.
Jesus.
That's what I
And
always
she
thought
said
that
she
was.
partied hard with him. So, you know, Tiger...
What does party hard mean?
She said there were drugs, alcohol. He's a party animal. That's what she claimed.
So now, did she film this, or is she claiming that she filmed it secretly or covertly? Or did she film it in a way where it was held by him and his cock is just showing on his face? I always wondered, why would a guy of that, if that tape is real, why would you allow that to be shot?
She says she shot it for her insurance because she was worried that the wife might come after her if the wife found out.
That's bullshit.
Do you think she was shooting it just to blackmail him someday?
Oh, of course. Get something
Well, she's
out of
going to
it.
cash out now.
Sure.
I mean, that tape is circulating and being pitched to all the networks.
What do you think she'll get for it?
Couple million?
$20.
Couple million?
Oh, yeah, man. Who's not going to watch that?
Wow.
Tiger Woods being called Lazy Dog.
Wow. And it was shot a couple years ago, and she was just holding on to it. I wondered, did she say that, do you think she was getting money from him? Because people said that he was paying out a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you think she was getting money from him to kind of keep that tape quiet?
Well, for some reason, it was kept quiet. She was a reputable model a few years ago. And she used to hang out with, like, the Jet Set crowd, like Carla Bruni's of the world, who's married to Sarkozy now, and all these chicks who would, you know, a lot of these chicks. She was one chick in my book who, there's a chapter. I have all these rich Arab sheiks hiring these hot supermodels to go on their boats in Arab countries. And they pay them like $50,000 for like 5 days. Right. A lot of these top supermodels would do that. I don't know about Jill Nicolini, how much you paid her, but seriously, like, you know.
Hey, someone else did.
Man, but, you know, I'm just saying, chicks like that, they go on these boats, and they're hired help for a week, and they're given a suitcase of cash at the end, but they have to do everything.
Yeah.
Sexual favors, and I outlined this all in my book. She was one of those chicks. But she was smart enough to video Tiger.
Wow. Now, what's one of the most outrageous things that you hear Tiger saying or doing on this tape?
He just says he wants to do snow job over and over.
Snow job? See, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe some of your listeners do. Maybe some of your
Now,
by the way, is that a flip camera there?
How fucking
man, those are awesome. I went undercover a couple of months ago in a psychiatric institution in L.A. They thought I'm on my cell phone because those weren't popular yet a few months ago.
No, they're all over the place now.
They're so oversaturated. But I'm like this the whole time. They think I'm on my cell phone and I'm shooting the whole fucking place.
Yeah.
Wow,
it does look like looks like a phone, right?
They're $200, man.
Yeah.
HD.
I want. So does she say that she sees? I mean, you could see Tiger in the sex tape because there was
you
a
hear
lot
his
of
voice over and over. I didn't.
No,
see
but did she tell you could actually see Tiger? Because people have been trying to figure out if the tape is for real because we have been hearing about this tape
and
for
they're banging.
a month or so.
They're banging.
So there's no doubt.
Sexual sounds.
You hear it all.
And there's no doubt in her mind that she's banging Tiger Woods, and she's got it on video, and you can tell it's Tiger Woods.
Well, 100% the voice was his, unless,
right.
You know, this was all staged with some impersonator. But no, it was him. You know, if you listen to, I've heard Tiger Woods in other interviews, and 100% the voice was his.
And I imagine if it's true and it comes out, he'll admit that it was him, because to lie about it at this point would be even a bigger disaster public relations move. So if it's him and it comes out, he'll probably admit it.
Yeah, and he was saying shit like, you know, I'm going to leave my wife for you. Like, I mean, this guy obviously had gift of the gab. It seemed like he would tell chicks anything to bang them.
Right.
And then renege.
We have our first definition of snow. What do you say?
Snow job.
Snow job. Okay, all right. This makes sense. Logan in Virginia.
Hey, how you doing? A snow job is a blow job with ice in your mouth.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we learned that years ago from Laura Korn, where you put some the girl puts some ice in her mouth, then she blows a little bit, then she drinks a little hot tea and goes now hot and cold.
Actually, they're not supposed to have the ice in their mouth when they do it.
Well, true.
They
You just
cool their mouth off and then spit the ice into a cup and then suck your dick.
Can I ask, how is that legal to? And I know certain states have different rules on that. How is it legal to tape someone without their knowledge and then sell it sexually? How the fuck are privacy advocate groups, instead of harping about walking through scanners, why are people not all over this?
Well, it's a good question, but now in a lot of states you got to sign a release. And like in California, see, I have a problem when I film California because I go undercover all the time, but California state law does not let you shoot surreptitiously. So I got to go undercover and then go to all the subjects and explain what I did and then get them to sign a release. It's all fucked up.
What do you do if they don't sign it? You just can't use the footage.
I still use it.
Right.
And I take the legal risk.
Because then them calling you a liar might have a worse implication than actually the shit you take from using the footage.
Yeah, well, I'll go to them and I'll tell them. And I'll say, look, if you don't sign it, I'm using it anyhow. There's no fucking way. I don't care if people sue me. Because I'm in Canada. They can't find me in the woods. Seriously.
Right.
By the way, Brad Pitt's been looking for me, apparently.
Really?
No joke. And I'm telling you right now.
Well, you wrote the book.
Yeah, I wrote the book. He's a bit pissed off. Because, I was, said a lot of derogatory things to his partner, Jolie. Look, I'm telling Pitt right now, if he's listening to this, or if Pitt's friends are listening, because all of Pitt's friends cooperated with me. I'm gonna settle this with Pitt one-on-one. I'm gonna rent out Port Authority. I'm gonna put a boxing ring in there. I'm serious, man. I'm gonna duke it out with him the old way. If he really wants to do this mano-mano, I'm in. I want to duke it out with Pitt.
I don't see Pitt signing up for that.
Well, apparently he wants to kill me. He's so pissed off at me.
And what part?
That's what his friends
What part
said.
really got to him?
All the shit I was saying about him smoking pot, he didn't want that out as it's all out. I've called him a white Rastafarian in a lot of interviews I've done. Look, the guy, basically, I say, likes pussy and pot. He sits in his room all day, smoking pot, listening to reggae. You see the way he's dressed recently? He looks like a white Rasta man. He's trying to imitate Bob Marley or something, Peter Tosh, all those guys.
There has to be something legitimate to all this stuff. Otherwise, no one would publish these books. If these were like just complete falsehoods, no publisher would do it, and no insurer would cover it.
Look, I back up everything I say. Look, all kidding aside, I've been doing this. I have 14 books out. They've all been bestsellers. Bottom line is, push comes to shove, I video every fucking thing. I wait for them to come after me, and then I make them look like idiots. And why isn't Pitt suing me?
Right.
Well, he says he wants to come after me, beat the crap out of me, whatever. I'm willing to duke it out with him, man. That's the line I heard from one of his friends. He said, dude, if this guy sees you, he's going to punch you in the face. I said, look, let's settle it, man. You want to go? I can handle myself. I've trained in martial arts up in Canada.
So, can you show us a move?
It's a bit, I told you I was karaokeing all night, but if put it this way, if Jesse Ventura was here, I'd fucking put his head through the glass right now. He doesn't scare the shit. This guy handled Ventura. That's all over YouTube, that shit.
Yeah,
like it's one of the most popular clips circulating on YouTube.
Yeah, it did pretty well. It did pretty well.
You got like a few 100,000 hits or something.
About a
Ventura's an ass.
And people have said, who's that? Look, this small guy stands up to that idiot Ventura. That right-wing fucking motherfucking idiot.
Yeah, is he a right-winger? I would call him an extreme left-winger, actually.
He's really right-wing. He's just an act.
He's like a libertarian, but...
Yeah, he's a hard one to pin down, because he's like very much agrees with you on gun control, the Second Amendment. He's a very big NRA type guy, but he's also, he's weird. He's radical in a lot of directions.
Man, I wish he was in Haiti when that whole thing exploded. I felt bad for all those people, but if he would have gone up there and exploded, I would have shed no tears.
I knew not to go.
Yeah.
The HARP project is what did it.
Yeah.
Right, is it?
Didn't you wonder what the Republicans were doing before Haiti? No, we didn't.
There were people doing work in Haiti, construction. They were CIA. I'm a SEAL, I know.
Thermite pumpkin seeds.
Thermite plantains.
Exploding bananas.
Fucking.
Let me go to Chris in Missouri. A lot of people have questions for Ian Halpern. Chris, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Remember Ian's first interview, he talked about maybe Kurt Cobain was not a suicide, it was a murder. Can we talk about that some more, please?
No problem, dude. Look, let me. Have you read my book?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's called Love and Death. It was a New York Times bestseller, and I also wrote another book, Who Killed... I had a whole franchise here. I never backed down. I had a book called Who Killed Kurt Cobain, and I did 2 films based on the subject. I worked with Nick Broomfield on Kurt and Courtney, and then I did my own called The Cobain Case, which was put out by Paramount, and I released all the secret Cobain tapes in there. Courtney Love's PI showed up in my backyard, and she wanted to kill me too. I mean, Courtney Love's a crazy motherfucker. I'm probably the only guy in this room who hasn't fucked Courtney Love. But, seriously. But let me tell you something, man. The bottom line is...
Guilty. Sorry.
70 times a lethal dose of heroin found in his system. Suicide note, the handwriting didn't match Kurt's. Today, his own daughter, Frances Bean, is going after Courtney for misappropriating $40 million from the estate has just vanished.
Wow.
And Kurt's mom, Wendy, is claiming that Courtney basically looted Frances out of her money. $40 million. Has Courtney ever been on this show?
No.
Man, she's crazy. But bottom line is, Seattle police, I went to the homicide sergeant. His name was Don Cameron. I walked in there with a film crew, a satchel of files, man, huge. Telling him, dude, look at my fucking files, and you're going to at least reopen this case. Courtney's PI, Tom Grant, who she hired to find Kurt after he went missing from an L.A. drug rehab center 10 days before he died. Today, this guy says 100% his own client murdered Kurt Cobain. I'm not saying that. He is. This is a top Beverly Hills PI. So until this case is at least changed from suicide to undetermined, we have a major problem here.
Will that ever happen, though?
Well, they think he's just another junkie in Seattle killing himself. And look, Kurt Cobain, he was a perfect candidate to commit suicide. He always wrote about suicide. But I think the key here is going to be Frances Bean. She's 17 now. She's woken up, smelt the coffee. She's going after her own mother. And this could develop into something in the future.
It was a thermite microphone.
Got it.
Look, it took how many years? 28 years for that Kennedy case. The guy to go behind bars.
So, golf club.
Skakel.
Yeah,
Michael
Skakel.
Skakel.
Michael Skakel.
Who's it? Moxley. Right. He killed something.
That's
Moxley?
right, Martha Marston.
But then, how do they make it look like he shot himself?
Because look, with that much heroin in your system.
You're not going to be moving
You'd
around
be
much.
out in a second,
Sure.
let alone lift a shotgun, position it, and put it in your mouth and shoot it. But it was perfectly planned that, by the way, Kurt's fingerprints were not found on the gun. That's what the police report. 100%. I have the report in my book and in my film. No fingerprints. Dead men don't wipe their own prints.
Everybody knows there's no way Cobain could have made that shot. He wasn't even a good marksman in the Marine Corps.
Was he a Navy SEAL?
Yes, he was a marksman, Jesse. He wasn't a bad shot. That's what Oliver Stone said.
I know, how fucking stupid.
He was a marksman.
Now, you guys got to get another microphone in here. Is Conan going to join the show? What's he going to be doing?
What do you think about the late night wars, Ian?
Well, I think it's, NBC, man, they got it wrong here. Look, Leno, the world's had enough of him. I don't think Conan went to bat and hit a home run here. The ratings sucked. I think they put you guys in this position here with one guest there. You'd kick their asses in ratings. Just film it right here. Low budget TV show. Get Ventura in here with Jimmy here. It just didn't work. And he destroyed the legacy. When you go to the plate, as Seinfeld said, you gotta hit. You gotta hit. This guy didn't hit. But who wants to see Leno again? So this is...
I certainly
And Letterman, this is the greatest thing, instead of looking at his cock history now, they're all, his ratings gone through the roof. Everyone's forgotten about his sex scandal. Who knows?
I think Letterman is probably bummed about this deep down because if he has to, Leno was beating him very, very handily. And if he has to, now he has to face, because, if you're doing well against Conan and all of a sudden fucking, the guy who was beating you comes back, it just sucks. He had 7 great months. I'm not saying Letterman's just going to automatically lose, but, Jay had great success against them.
I shouldn't be bad-mouthing these guys because, again, I can't give you details, but I'm in L.A. now working on a new TV show, and I'm working with a lot of these guys, and, hey, I hope they're not listening, but they goofed, these fuckers.
What kind of show?
It's my own show, and it's all about going undercover.
Are we going to be on it?
Of course, man. You guys, look, I'm here today for
Everyone
a reason.
says, of course. They always say, of course, and then we never get the fucking phone call. We never get the plane ticket. We never get the script.
We never get a ride or anything, an email.
They all go, yeah, of course.
Well, let's do an episode. You guys got to let me hang out in your crib 24/7 for 1 week. That's the deal.
You can hang out. There's nothing going on in my place.
Oh, dude, I heard. Man, publishers have told me about you, dude. You're like the rock star of the book world. No, seriously, man. They've told me about. Whoa. Well, they say this guy has.
He writes
chicks
about some good shit.
Like crazy, man.
Yeah. I did detail my depression, my prostitute phase in my first book. Yes, I did.
No, really. But they goofed. See, Conan, Leno, they're the Flintstones of TV. Like, it's old school, man. You got to take it, communicate with the new wave, make it multimedia oriented, not just bring up some stiff on a couch. People are bored of that. This isn't 1960 here with Jack Barr or whoever. You got to take it to the next level. And as a serious entertainer, you got to take the old school and, it's like Charlie Parker, John Coltrane took him to another level that no one could ever imagine. And Conan wasn't doing that. And, NBC fucked up. It's a fiasco. But at the end of the day, man, Conan, how much is he going to get a payout here?
Oh, they're
millions?
Everyone's going to do well.
He might just go to Sweden for 6 years and just chill out.
He'll go to Fox or he'll go to ABC. He'll do something. Someone's going to hire Conan.
Why? With all that cash?
I know.
Like, why would you even consider going to pitching another show?
He kind of looks bad right now.
Yeah.
He looks like he's kind of a failure. Because NBC is kind of portraying it that way. So, of course, he wants to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, he wants to go out.
What's wrong with you?
He's got so much money. It's not even. It's like you make money from your books. You don't write them just for the money. It's like part of it is like you want to prove yourself and redo it again. And I think that's what it is with him too. It's like he's got enough money he's got fuck you money 50 times over. That's it. But it's like you don't want to be embarrassed. 7 months he's yanked. He's embarrassed.
Give us something new today in the pop world. Something that no one knows yet that might come out. What are you hearing out there? Anything good?
A lot of things. I mean, first of all, I know that Lohan's dating a friend of mine in L.A. now.
Yeah.
And he's enamored with her. And she's trying to clean up her act. It's either do or die. Has Lohan been, have you met Lohan?
We met her once at our old studio. She was waiting for something.
How hot do you think she is?
In the picture I had with her, she didn't look particularly great, but she was unmade up and it was 8 in the morning, so it's hard to say.
If she was here today, would you fuck her? If she
without a doubt. Without a doubt, yeah.
Jimmy would do it without a bag and everything. He'd get right in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I'll right in there.
I'd dive in.
Because he tells me she's so fucking hot.
Yeah, she
who's the guy?
I can't say, man, because
that ain't helping us.
He'd kill me, man.
What kind of job does he have?
He's an executive.
Okay.
In Hollywood.
And she's really trying to clean up, huh?
Yeah, she's trying to clean up, and she's trying to produce some TV shows behind the scenes.
That's not going to get us a headline, though. You got to give us something that people are talking about that no one has really hit on yet.
All right, Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli?
No, she actually died 5 years ago.
How is that going to get us international?
You have to film this, though. What if there's a good scoop? You have to film it with a flip camera.
Liza Minnelli.
I'm predicting her and Liz Taylor.
Yeah.
They'll be having daisies growing on top of them within the next 12 months, both of them.
Whoa. Why is that?
Apparently, they're both just failing. They're just on the way out, both of them.
I'm surprised about Liza Minnelli. Liz Taylor is ancient, but I'm surprised Liza Minnelli is fucking...
Everyone, I thought Liz Taylor was going like 10, 15 fucking years ago.
She's been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years. Because of Hyman Roth.
Hyman Roth.
I smoked pot with Liza Minnelli. Undercover. I went undercover in her trailer. She smoked so much pot, passed me the joint. I have this. I had it on YouTube. They made me take it down. But she
likes the weed.
Yeah, she likes the weed, Liza, a lot.
How about Guest, David Guest? Was that like a cuckold situation?
You should get him on this show, Guest, and see what really went down. I think he'd be. This guy's just literally disappeared.
Yeah.
I think book David Guest here, get him to open up. I mean, this guy needs some sort of exposure.
Maybe you could start. Maybe
that was a sham. The guy's gay.
Of course,
you had Liz Smith, Michael Jackson at the wedding, best best man, best woman, their maid of honor, whatever. And it was a complete sham.
Well, why was Liza marrying a guy who's gay then? Was it to cover her own stuff?
I think Liza's addicted for years and years to black men. Oh, 100%.
Really?
Oh, she likes.
All right.
She likes African American men, and she just wanted to cover
we have a
it up.
disclaimer?
No, really.
Someone get D-Boy to get us a disclaimer immediately.
Liza Minnelli. Liza Minnelli was one of Will Chamberlain's 20,000. That's
really.
Jonathan's laughing.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Liza and Wilt.
Liza and Wilt.
You know
Picture
what?
that.
The stilt.
You know what? I can't say that's not true. I mean, look, I was surprised when Mooney said that Pryor had fucked Barbara Walters, and then I thought about it and I wasn't surprised.
Man, Barbara Walters.
Back in
She
the
likes
day.
to get laid.
Yeah.
Even today. What is she, 83 or something?
Yeah, she's
up there,
You know, she's still fucking peddling
She
young
talks
guys.
a little saucy on that show. She likes to talk a little saucy sometimes.
Man, you look
Yeah.
at her mouth, you could tell she sucked so much cock in her time.
Wow.
Barbara
Walter.
Walters. Oh, man.
Look at that.
Never stops moving her mouth.
Really? It's not.
You know, why don't you guys focus in? Just take a shot of Barbara Walters' mouth and get a dentist in here. Because I have a friend who's a specialist dentist, a prosthodontist. And he told me he could tell right away when a chick sits on his chair how much cock the chick sucks.
Just based on her lips?
No, by her breath. If it smells like someone just cleaned the floors with bleach, we have a fun day here.
We got a picture of Barbara Walters in her mouth.
That's
what are you seeing there, Ian?
Man, I just see a lot of wear and tear. You know, there's no doubt this chick just likes,
wow,
just likes to have something to suck on. I mean, she's skanky, Barbara Walters. It's all fake. You know, that whole book, I read her book, man. She admits to a few things, some infidelity in there, but if she'd really tell the true story, man, I mean, she's the Hugh Hefner of, of The View, of TV.
Yeah.
She has toy boys, I think, all over the place.
And I'm surprised to hear about Liza. That's wow.
Yeah, Google this one. Liza Minnelli, she likes it. She likes black.
So just Google Liza black cock.
She likes cock.
How about we just do Liza?
Cock with a tan.
Let's do Liza likes and see what Google says.
What's that, John?
Liza and Lamar Odom.
Who's that?
Lamar Odom. He's the guy that married the Kardashians.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, what's with those Kardashians? They won't date.
What do you got on them? What do you got on the Kardashians?
They just none of those sisters date anything, whiter than Reggie Bush, man.
That is because
they've all got jungle fever.
The father, Robert Kardashian,
the lawyer,
got OJ off the hook, and it's it's what it is.
That's it. I mean, maybe a couple of them had fixation for O.J. Simpson back in the day.
Maybe.
Let's get back to Tiger here because this is it. This is the only fucking time I'm talking about Tiger Woods.
Fuck Liza?
Hey, I don't know about that. Probably, but Tiger's fucked everyone.
Hold on, I gotta get my HD flip back out.
You should just leave it on
for this massive exclusive. I'm running out of time and battery. Jimmy.
I see.
Oh man, those flip. I hope they're paying you to do this.
I want all this on
Are
tape.
they sponsoring you? Okay. Here we go. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, sum it up for the HD flip so we can make it nice and easy, and I can load it up. Wait, you know what? I can load it immediately. So hold on.
All right, let's load it up.
Give me one take. Let's make believe we didn't do this.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I can load it immediately, and then
Any Canadians listening to the show today, call in right now. Say hi.
Someone, all right, I'm going to point.
And if Jill Nicolini's listening, call in because I have a story about Nicolini that will blow your guys' mind.
Uh-oh.
I had a threesome with her, man, up in Montreal.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, man.
Yeah.
She was going at it with my ex like there was no tomorrow.
All right.
She loves chicks.
I'm running out of battery power.
How about that?
And she looks crack.
Ready? When you hear that flip go on, I want, 90 seconds?
All right.
Here it is.
All right, everyone. I'm on the Opie and Anthony show, and I'm here today for a reason. All of the tabloids around the world, from Germany to Italy to France, they've been after me for about 4 weeks, asking me to give them the info on Tiger Woods. The reason why I'm here today is because these guys had the decency not to call me. And they've been good to me over the past year. They've had me on a couple of times. So here's the deal on Tiger Woods. In the sex tape that I heard from a top model. I heard her call Tiger repeatedly Lazy Dog. That was his nickname throughout the whole tape. I heard them talking all kinds of kinky shit, like they were going to fuck each other's brains out, and then they started doing that on the tape. And she was giving him head at one point. And also, he kept demanding for snow job. And my research shows that snow job is one of the top positions. It makes the Kama Sutra look like kindergarten. And it's apparently it's your legs over your head and all kinds of shit like that. Look, bottom line here is Tiger Woods has been doing this not recently. It dates back to at least 2 years. And from what I hear now, he's had a chick in every town. He's like the train conductor. Every town he went to, he was banging someone else. There was definitely drugs and alcohol in the room. Based on the tape I heard, and apparently she videoed it. She's shopping it right now. I missed the boat. I admit it. Look, I always have 3 or 4 projects in the pipeline. Maybe one of them will come to fruition. This particular project, I discussed with a couple of projects. A couple of publishers I discussed it with. We didn't think it had legs, so call me a fool, trash me, whatever you want. I admit it. I missed the story. And this is exclusive to Opie and Anthony's show, New York City. What's the date today?
Today's the 15th.
January 15th, 2010. I don't want any media to keep hounding my agent. I will not talk to them about Tiger Woods anymore after today. These guys can ask me any question they have about the tape because there are more details. And that's it. This is exclusive to Opie and Anthony, New York City, January 15, 2010.
And to finalize, you have no doubt it's Tiger Woods in this tape having sex and possibly doing drugs.
Opie, 100%, man. That was Tiger Woods. Look, they talk about drugs in the tape. I don't see him doing drugs, so I can't say 100% the guy was sniffing or puffing, but there were definitely drugs in the room, and they were definitely getting it on in the room together, and it was pretty explicit, and he did allude to his wife. He said their marriage was toast. Apparently the sex he was having with her was terrible. A lot of times they'd sleep in separate rooms. He says at one point he suspected she might have another guy on the side, and he couldn't give a fuck. So look,
wait, he said he didn't care that she might have another guy on the side?
He didn't care. He said it was over. He said it was over. He calls her something like a Swedish bitch at one point. You know, look, the guy's a dog, man. You know, bought 2 kids. A wife. Who would cheat on a wife like that? Would you bang that chick?
I would, but I would also cheat on her because I'm garbage. I can't lie.
What about Anthony here?
Doesn't matter how hot a girl
Your choice, man. Jill Nicolini or Tiger Woods' wife? Who do you take?
Look, I'm trying to apologize to Jill these days.
That's a really? Thing that might happen.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking of, a little fucking,
You miss her in the sack?
No. I was feeling.
She's hot in the sack,
I was
man.
feeling.
We share something in common
guilty.
here. We share something in common here.
Oh, let's smell each other's cocks.
I know.
I'll smell them both and do the comparison. But I'm not gay.
You know, seriously, man, isn't Jill hot?
Yeah. I never had a problem with.
Have you ever licked her toes? She has hot feet. Seriously.
Wow, really?
She's gorgeous. She's well groomed. That chick shaves her pussy. The whole deal.
Has to be.
Would you marry her?
I don't marry girls.
You don't marry them.
No.
You just fuck them.
I married one.
When was the last time you got laid, dude? Seriously.
Anthony fucking is nothing but he's a load machine.
Did you?
Look at my watch.
Who in this room didn't get laid last night? Jeez, we're all doing well for media personalities here.
We got to get to Jonathan. Ian, you want to stick around and do radio with us?
By the way, I fucking because Ian was giving us some great stuff. We should have had and Opie said on the air that he didn't have much battery life, and so I'm like, why is nobody coming in here with a camera?
Right?
Why is the producer?
Because we all know Ian's full of shit, and
but no, there's no tape for the camera.
Yeah.
How do we not have tape for the camera here?
Well, I got enough. I got that big 3-minute piece you just did. I like that.
No, that's exclusive. You got that on camera, man? That's it. It's for you guys. I don't want anyone to contact me. Look, again, Lazy Dog. That's Tiger's nickname in the video.
Lazy Dog.
That'll come out, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't seem too lazy to me, man. He seems to be doing well.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Well, if he's banging all these broads, and they've said, I guess that he's all right.
All right, why don't we take a break?
Take a break. We got Branstein here to talk about his travels in Haiti.
Yeah.
Yes.
For real?
And sad situation.
Yeah.
It really is.
Definitely. Not in Haiti, but have you been to Haiti or no?
No.
I'm surprised.
I was going to go.
Microphone. Is that on?
I was going to go, but I didn't. I truly was looking into going probably February, but
this is the best time to go.
It is.
You're going to get a lot of deals.
Yeah. Well, there's some incredible airline deals to Haiti right now.
Yes.
I actually checked the minute after I heard about it. The American Airlines had a deal for first class from L.A. to Port-au-Prince for $1,400.
Wow.
I thought I'll just buy it just to come to New York.
Yeah, right? That's pretty cheap.
But that's the penalty. They don't let you off the plane.
Yeah. Next stop, Port-au-Prince. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I haven't been there yet, though, but it's a pretty sad situation.
Who's the president in Haiti?
It's Jean Préval.
Right.
René Préval.
René,
but the guy who was the president before, Aristide, to give you an idea of how bad it is, he left, and the country that he went to after Haiti was Congo. Think about that. Ooh. To go, if you're going to get exiled from a country, and the country they send you to is the Congo.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
Why is it, why don't we take a break and come back?
Yeah, because I really want to get into it with Jonathan, because Jimmy has told some legendary stories about you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And we want to get into what's going on in the front of your pants, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot of stuff, Ian.
Oh, boy.
Trust me, Ian, you're going to want to be around for this one.
Yes.
I want to hear
We're going to now give you an exclusive, my friend. That's what we do today. Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Jonathan, and Ian Halpern.
Oh, can I announce something real quick? I forgot.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes, my tickets for D.C., and where else are going on sale? D.C. and fucking Chicago. Falls Church, Virginia, and Chicago. In 20 minutes, both go on sale. March 6th, D.C., and then March 12th and 13th, Chicago.
All right.
He was just a nasty man. And when there was...
All right, Opie and Anthony, we're hanging with Ian Halpern. Gave us a huge exclusive on Tiger Woods and that sex tape.
Yes.
Uploading the video now to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. I don't know.
Good.
Hopefully it'll be up there before we leave for Atlantic City to see little Jimmy Norton this weekend. And Jonathan's in the corner, Jim Norton's manager. We all know Jonathan.
Hello.
We love this fucking guy. He's completely insane.
Yeah.
How many weeks vacation you get a year from? I mean, you're your own boss, basically, right?
It's funny because I don't take that many weeks off. It's just...
But every time you have a week, you really take advantage of that week and do something pretty crazy.
Yeah. I for example, last year I went to Cambodia for 3 days. For a weekend. That was long.
Any longer than 3 days, and it just seems like you're there forever.
You know, it does, actually. It's that 19-hour flight to Bangkok.
What did you like about Cambodia?
Cambodia was nice. The jungle was interesting. I met some guys from the Khmer Rouge. That was pretty cool.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I slept in the jungle. That was neat.
This is the guy I rely on for career advice. I met some guys from the Khmer Rouge.
Are you getting? You must get all the shots.
Yeah, I have everything now.
Pretty much everything. There's not a shot you don't have.
No, I've got everything. In fact, I'm planning to go to the Ivory Coast in probably a month.
Ooh.
And so yeah, I had to just get some kind of another hepatitis, T or whatever.
Yeah, some kind of. Man, I bet that's far down. Yeah,
I've got A, B, C, and D now. It's S was the last one. Yeah,
it's the type of hepatitis you can only get if a monkey shits directly into your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were just showing Anthony and I pictures of you in Afghanistan.
Yeah, in Kabul, which is an interesting place. Anthony would like it because it's the gun capital of the world, I think.
The pictures you were showing me were fantastic. Like, everybody is just toting around AK-47s.
Yeah. If you want to see guns, and I mean a lot of guns, go there.
A lot of guns.
But he went actually recently, and as a citizen, you didn't go with the military.
I didn't go with the military. I've had clients go who, like Jim's gone before.
Well, you went to events and things like that.
But in that case, I think it's more like you go in a bubble, because you go, with the U.S. military, you fly into the base. No, I flew from Dubai to Kabul on Safi Airways, which
that's
Which,
the only one I fly.
Yeah, Safi Airways. It's nothing like it. You leave at 3:30 in the morning, which is pretty amazing.
Pretty scary too. I would.
Yeah, it's seeing the people check in is like it's a combination of commandos, mercenaries, and the watch list. You know, and there's like no women on the flight. You know, one or two, and that's it. And usually they're like an aid worker or something. But mostly it's command guys in cargo pants and real tight shirts and or guys with that look like they're.
Well, was it a nice new DC-10?
No, it wasn't. It was a
707.
No, it was a Tupolev.
Do you know what that is?
No. It actually wasn't the Tupolev. That's the Russian plane. That's Kami Airways. That's the other airline. That's the one they said you probably don't want to fly Kami. So we flew Safi.
If you have old Aeroflot planes.
Yes.
Those it's might not want to be on this thing.
When you land in Kabul, the first thing you see are a line of broken Soviet helicopters, all there on the tarmac. They're just sort of like relics.
From the good old days.
Yeah, from the good old days, exactly.
I just sat next to a soldier going from Chicago to New York, and he just talked my ears off. He said this war is really called desert booty.
I know how it feels.
Desert booty. He said it's all about cash there and all about getting laid. He said everyone's fucking each other's brains out. You say there was only men on your plane, but I think if you go deeper right in there, he said all that there is to do there is to fuck.
Really? In Afghanistan?
Yeah, he said everyone's fucking each other. He said because you have the French soldiers.
You mean guys are...
Yeah, he said...
that's possible.
He said all the four, no, there's a lot of chicks there, man. A lot of hot chicks from France who are soldiers from all over the place. He said everyone's fucking each other's brains out. They're barely even concentrating on combat.
There are, he's not incorrect. There are a lot of hot girls there, actually. They're journalists, they work for NGOs, there's guys who, women who, work for embassies and whatnot, but it's a pretty small amount of people. I mean, if you're in the military, I don't know how you're coming in contact with those people, because you're not really allowed off the base. I have a friend who's in the U.S. military who was probably about 40 minutes from where I was. I called him on the phone. I wanted to see him. For him to leave the base was incredibly difficult. He said, you could come here, but it'll take a while to get the permission. And it was a nightmare. I don't know how those guys get off the base and...
Well, a lot of it's on the base because you have all these international
not on the U.S.
there.
Maybe on the one base on the what they call the ISAF. That's the International Security Assistance Force. That's the NATO
dude, he
base.
told me this is called desert booty. He said he's never got so much pussy in his whole life.
Maybe
in this war, he keeps going back and back. He said the only reason why he goes back can't get laid in his own country over there. He's cleaning up.
Tell him about your 2-hour ride into the. He just took a 2-hour ride deep into Afghanistan.
Yeah. I went to the Panjshir Valley, which is where I might get a little esoteric here for you, but it's where Ahmed Shah Massoud is born, who's the national hero of Afghanistan. He's the guy that led the Northern Alliance. He was killed September 9th, 2001. He was killed by the guys who posed as journalists. They were really Al-Qaeda guys. I went there.
The trick camera?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They got that guy with the old trick camera.
The old trick camera routine.
The old carnation that you squeeze the little ball and the bullet goes off.
He was born in this place called the Panjshir Valley, and it's funny because when you had the little kid on who's on the terrorist watch list, and he kept saying, I'm not a tourist, terrorist, whatever. I had a situation where I met the governor of the Panjshir province. We got to go have tea with him, and I find out really basically he's a warlord, because I asked the driver, I said, when was he elected? And he said, a while ago. I said, well, when does his term end? He goes, when he wanted to end. And I went, oh, okay. I see. So you realize he's kind of a warlord. And we were sitting there with him, and we were talking, and he kept saying, I'm proud that the translator was saying, I'm very proud that there's no tourists in the Panjshir. There will never be tourists in the Panjshir. I said, really? You're really proud of the fact there's no tourists here? And then he looked at me, because the guy translated it back, and then he looked at the guy, and I thought, oh, he's going to kill the interpreter now.
Yeah, here he goes.
So I leave, because I realized, it suddenly hit me, he meant terrorists. Oh, shit. So, yeah, but it was an amazing thing.
So you were in a place no one goes.
Not no one. I wouldn't say.
Well, I mean,
most Americans.
Most Americans,
no.
Especially Jewish Americans.
And it took 2 hours. I want to slow down the story a little bit. It took 2 hours to get there.
Yeah, it's
Were
about-
you scared out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, tell them how you got a car. You got
Okay, we were really lucky. Someone had arranged for us to go there.
Sounds like luck.
It was actually someone in the Afghan government arranged for us to go there, so they sent us this ridiculous armored car. Which the funny thing is, when you're in Kabul, what you want to do is be low key. So, you know, it's usually the cars that have all the crazy escorts and the guys with the guns in the back and all that. To me, that's the stupid thing to do. But so here, when we were in Kabul, we were always in low key kind of cars. Our bodyguards weren't carrying AK-47s; they were carrying, handguns. But the guys who picked us up to take us to the Panjshir, okay, they show up in this ridiculous Toyota 4Runner that is. It's like the window was 3 inches thick. There's no back window. It's just a porthole. The thing is blacked out. I thought, oh, okay, this is cool. And as we pulled out of the hotel, a car comes in front of us and another car comes behind us. And I hear a siren and I realize, oh no, there's about 5 military guys in a Toyota flatbed truck. Toyota never thought those trucks would be used for this, I think, with the machine gun mount in the back, sort of Taliban style. But we had an armed escort in front of us and in back of us, and we were like this for 2 hours. And the funny thing was, we kept driving through the countryside to get there. People kept saluting because I think they thought someone, was important in the car.
Someone important is just.
I'm like, I feel like Zelig, I'm sort of like, look at me. This is just one of those things. But it's a 2 hour drive. You go through some. The funny thing was, when you get to the Panjshir, it looks like Aspen. I'm not kidding. It's a beautiful place, beautiful valleys, streams. There's no houses or anything. So it's sort of like Aspen maybe 50 years ago. What you do see, the only thing you see is kind of like a museum of, war museum, because there's tanks, burned out tanks everywhere from the Soviet days. Cause what the Mujahideen, what they did was they would shoot the tanks from above in these positions in the mountains. So that's the only thing you really see that are these burned out tanks. They've been stripped clean of everything they can possibly be stripped of. There's nothing left of them, just the shell. But, yeah, I wasn't that scared in the Panjshir, actually. It was more scary going into the hotel, in Kabul and actually the week after I was there, they rocketed the hotel. Yeah, that was, that's good. But it takes 25 minutes to get into the hotel. That's the thing. It has a 25-foot high steel wall, and you pass through 3 checkpoints in the street. Then when you get up to the main gate, the guy comes to the car and asks you crazy questions like, where are you from? What college did you attend? Things that, I guess they're trying to throw sort of terrorists off. So we answered the questions, and then the steel gate opens, it slides open, and you drive in, and then there's another gate in front of you. So now that gate behind you closes, so you're sort
like
of
an
trapped.
airlock, yeah.
Yeah, then you have to get out of the car, and two guys come with mirrors. They come with this, it's like a wand that has all these lights on it. They're waving it all over the car. I'm assuming it looks for some kind of bomb. You go in a separate room where they check you out. They search you down. They search all your luggage. There's an airport screening kind of thing. So that took about, every time you went in and out of the hotel, 20, 25 minutes.
What a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess,
Why do you have a death wish?
No, I don't have a death wish.
The hotel you were in a week later was bombed. That's a death wish.
Yeah.
Did you have a problem on the way when you were driving in the fucking, when you guys got into a fender bender?
Yeah, we did actually.
Didn't want to get into a
Jim's
fender
right.
there.
On the way,
just
have insurance.
Well, actually, the funny thing was we're driving into the Panjshir, and it gets mountainous at one point, and we're on this road, and this car slid into us, and it wasn't that big of a deal. It was sort of like you could hear his wheels spinning out, and then he just kind of bumped into us basically from the side, and I went, whoa, and then everybody, the guy goes, stay in the car, and the guy in the front seat got out and
just opened fire on the guy.
Well, that was the thing. I thought, oh boy, and then all the soldiers start running out, all the guys, the bodyguards start running out with the guns. I'm going, oh man, this is not good. And it all happened so fast, and I'm thinking, this guy, it was an accident. I mean, it didn't even occur to me. And then the person sitting next to me said, it could be the first diversion to throw them off. And I went, oh, yeah, that's like, yeah, maybe that is. And then you get real scared. And then, of course, they all got out, and about 20, 25 minutes passed. They make sure the guy was okay. and they let the guy go. And I mean, that was probably the scariest moment on that ride out to the.
You don't think about, you know, Daniel Pearl and things like that, and getting your head cut off.
Are you married? Are you married?
I'm married, yeah.
What does your wife think of this?
Well, this was the funny thing was this was 2 weeks before our wedding.
Oh man,
that I went.
you really love this chick a lot. Let me ask you: did you know there's any synagogues out there?
There's one.
Really?
There really is one.
You went on Shabbos?
Yeah. No, there's one. And the funny thing was, there's one Jew in Kabul. There used to be two. The funny thing about these two guys, they hated each other. Okay?
Figures.
Yeah, like most Jews.
Figures.
Most Jews are the biggest anti-Semites.
In fact, we went and we met the guy, and he said,
way to be low key, an armored vehicle and meet the one Jew in Kabul. way to keep it under your hat.
the guy we met, you know, the Jewish guy, he lives in the synagogue there, and when we brought up the fact, hey, what about the other guy? You know, he goes, him. Why do you have to bring him up? Literally. I mean, they're in the place with the Taliban, the whole thing. The only two guys from the same clan, they hate each other.
How come they're not killed?
I don't know. I don't think the Taliban harassed them big time when they were in power, but they didn't kill them. And I think, I don't think they're killed because I don't think people care that much. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, there's 28 million people in Afghanistan. There's something like 25,000 Taliban. That's it. I mean, yeah. I mean,
all the rest are upstanding citizens.
Well, I think the Jews should take over there. The two Jews should start an uprising, and let's make this a holy shrine.
No, there's only one now. That's the thing.
There's only one.
Yeah.
Did you marry a Jew, by the way?
No.
Good boy. No, seriously.
What about Castro? I want to hear the Castro story again from you.
The Castro story?
Is it? Well, I don't want to give away the punchline, but you met Fidel.
Yeah. I met him twice actually. The first time was during the film festival in Cuba.
Because that's normal. Go to Cuba for a film festival.
And then
he just says it casually, like, yeah, you've gone, right?
Yeah. The second time, I went down with a bunch of, you know, big Hollywood executives, and we met, we had lunch with him. We had this 6-hour lunch with Fidel, and it was amazing. I mean, what were we talking about Cuba earlier, I think? Or, I can't remember what it was anyway. But, yeah, it was an incredible, he was a fan of The Sopranos, we found out.
Who wasn't, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. He asked if we knew the actor Gerard Depardieu, and he thought he was very funny.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's nothing like sitting around a table full of the most powerful people in Hollywood, and they're asked a question like that. Do you know the actor Gerard Depardieu? He's very funny. Everyone went, wow.
All right. Yeah,
yes,
sure.
Presidente.
Yes, Comandante.
I broke a big Castro story last year in the New York Post. I did a documentary on Cuba.
Barbara Walters, that's what it was.
And you could Google this. I said, have you ever heard how many chicks Castro slept with?
Oh, it's a lot, I'm guessing.
35,000.
35.
Google it. It's all over. You Google me and Castro, you'll see it. 35,000 chicks.
I remembered what I was going to say now earlier, which was you were talking about Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
There's a rumor about her and
Fidel?
Yeah,
Fidel. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He likes dignity.
He loved her.
Muammar Gaddafi, too, man. That guy, whenever a foreign journalist would come in, he'd bring her into the tent, entertain her, you know, slip something in her drink, and then she'd wake up, you know.
Barbara Walters and Oriana Fallaci. The only two.
That's right.
Who's your fucking pen pal? This is who he writes to.
Oh, General Noriega.
They write each other. He fucking writes to Noriega and he writes back.
Let me tell you how it started. I wanted to give a friend of mine a gift. I wanted to get
So Ian, Noriega likes getting that pussy?
Oh, I don't know about Noriega, man. Like, geez.
I wanted to get a gift.
Are you Facebook friends with him, too?
No, I wanted to get a gift for a friend of mine who's a, you know, very wealthy guy who's got everything. He has a lot of things. I thought, what can I get him that's special? And we had been talking about Panama. We had been talking about Noriega, and I said, you know, what's happening with the guy? So I realized he's still in jail. And this is something that a lot of people don't realize. He's still in jail, and I don't know why, because he served his sentence. The sentence is over. He was sentenced to, I think it was 20 years. He did the full 20, and he's still there. He did the full 20. But the interesting thing was this. So I said, well, I'm going to take a chance. So I bought his book, and I wrote him a letter. I sent him the book, and I thought, we'll see what happens. Sure enough, he sent me the book back. He signed it. He wrote in it, those who do not learn the past,
condemned to repeat it.
Condemned to repeat it, yeah. And General Manuel Antonio Noriega. What I found out was this. He's in Florida. He's in Miami still. He wears his uniform, I think, every day because he's technically a prisoner of war, so he's allowed to. He gets all the things, that are accorded to people under the Geneva Convention, war prisoners or whatever. He has to be called General Noriega still.
Wow.
Which must piss off the prison guards, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
General, you're ready for your meal. Yeah, but and so then anyway, I thought, well, this is so nice. And I felt bad because he had to pay for the postage for the book. So, I didn't know if he worked in the commissary or what. So I sent him back a note I sent him back a note saying, hey, listen, do I owe you money for the postage? Thank you. He wrote me back, no, don't worry about it. All is okay. So then I said, this is nice. So then I read this great book called, A Panama Fever by Matthew Parker. And I said, I'm going to send it to him, see what he thinks. So I sent him the book. Then he wrote me this long note back about, see Theodore Roosevelt who took Panama, blah, blah, blah. This crazy rambling note. And then it started that way. That was how the pen pal started. So we kind of write each other back and forth. And I went to Panama last July. And it's interesting. It's a tough question. They don't like Noriega there. But then people will tell you, but things ran a little better.
Like Iraq, man. You love him or hate him. It ran with Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
So,
you mean Iraq with Saddam Hussein?
Yeah. Pete texted me. Have him tell the story about the guy he helped out of Cuba with.
Oh, that story is.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Is Pete setting you up for not a good story?
No, it's just so boring.
Okay. Well, no, you're worried you're going to get busted here. You did something illegal. No, let's hear it.
No, I didn't do anything illegal.
Did you get cigars?
No, it's a long story.
You got cigars from Fidel Castro. Right?
Yeah. Oh, you want to? Okay, all right.
I'm not sure if we told this one on the air.
I don't know. All right. So we all went, and we got at the end of the lunch. We're sitting there, and I see them roll out this tray. And I'm looking and I'm going, whoa, look at all the cigars. There's boxes of cigars. And the kind of cigars that he's only allowed to give out. They're made specifically for him. So if you think about people who know Cuban cigars, these are the best of the best, And they bring out this box and they roll it in and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe it. Sure enough, he gives us this box. He gives us each a box of cigars. I'm like, this is incredible. I think quick on my feet. I put him right in front of him with a pen. He signs the box. Wow. Okay. So now we've got a signed box of amazing Cuban cigars from Fidel. I come back and, David, who I work with, who Jim knows, has this big humidor in his office. And, I'm like, well, I'm going to store them in here. So I put them in there. And at the time, David was traveling quite a bit. And his assistant, Tanner, was sending him cigars everywhere he was going. So she would just take the cigars out of the box, put them in a plastic thing, and FedEx them to wherever he was going. because he would smoke them like crazy. So one day I go in there to look, and I go, oh no, where's my cigars? She actually, without looking at the box, even though I'd put a note on them, saying do not touch, do not, in, big letters, whatever. She didn't pay attention. She took the cigars, she threw them in the envelope, sent them to him, he smoked them all, and she threw the box away.
That is a horror story.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
Were you upset?
Yeah, I was going to say.
She left the office that day. She was so scared.
Did you cry?
I didn't.
I think I would almost cry.
I almost did. Yeah,
it doesn't get better.
You can't get those again.
Right? You can't get.
Yeah, where are you getting
that? How are you
gonna
get cigars from Fidel Castro with a signed fucking cigar box?
Just purely on.
I think something like that is worse.
My signed
this is what I was
Babe
going to say.
Ruth rookie card.
A signed box just like that sold at an auction last year 4 years ago for $25,000. That was 4 years ago. Guess what? I can't imagine what they'd be now. And if he dies in the next year or whatever,
he's way up, right?
Think about it. Yeah,
in the garbage.
I said, "Did you save the box?" No, I threw it away. It was just. Yeah.
God.
And it wasn't that day, obviously. It wasn't recently, or it had been weeks before something she had done it.
Yeah, that was the thing. It wasn't like I could run to the garbage. By then
it was way too late.
Yeah, it was way too late.
That box is somewhere now.
Did you like Cuba?
I loved it.
The music's amazing.
Music's
right?
incredible.
The best trumpet player in the world.
And the pussy, Ian. The pussy. Let's not forget about the pussy in
This
Cuba.
guy probably went to the airport in a wheelchair, right? Because those chicks are hot.
A lot of pussy down there.
A lot
right,
of beautiful women in Cuba.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
beautiful
world's
women.
best trumpet player, Arturo Sandoval. Dizzy Gillespie discovered him. He's from Cuba, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. But when was the last time you were there?
Oh God, it was a while ago.
Did you fuck a Cuban broad? Seriously, tell us.
No,
don't hum and haw. Did you get laid? Bottom line.
I had fun in Cuba.
There you go.
All right.
I had fun in Cuba. Cuba is an amazing
Did you
country.
wear an umbrella? Or is there some Cuban kids you have there?
I don't think I have any
and
children in
And
Cuba.
you're a negligent dad.
Not that I'm aware of.
Fucking Ian
Right?
Earl. Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah.
You also told Jimmy and I about how when you go to some of these places, I forgot which one you were talking about. You get on some of these planes where they make stops and people get off, and and they bring livestock on the plane.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken,
I was in West Africa. In
West
the,
Africa,
in
there
the
you go.
Sahara, and I flew from Timbuktu to Bamako, Mali. And the thing about it was, when I got on the plane, the first thing that you notice when you go through the airport, I had literally, you'll appreciate this, Anthony, I had a bag of knives that I had bought, and from these cool Tuareg guys that I met. And so I said, okay, I go through the security thing, and they didn't have a conveyor belt to put your luggage on. It just had the thing you walk through. And the guy just motioned to me. He said, yeah, just put the bag down. And I put the bag down. I walked through it. He wands me. And he says, okay, you're fine. I said, what about the bag? And then he grabs the bag from the other side so it doesn't go through the metal detector and hands it to me. I'm like, great.
In on it.
But now I'm on the, I'm about to get on the plane. And as you're about to get on the plane, these guys come running up to you to sell you all sorts of stuff. And the best thing that I found that you can buy on the runway in Timbuktu is a 10-inch dagger that I bought. Okay, this is after the security. Yeah, this is like the gift shop. The 10-inch dagger that I bought right before I got on the airplane. So I get on the airplane, and then this woman makes a loud noise. I hear some yelling at the front, and I'm on I think it was like a Dash 8 or something, you know, the kind, it's a propeller, you know. Yeah. And I hear this commotion at the front, and a woman has a cage with chickens in it. And she's bringing it on, and she wants to put it in there's barely any room above you, but she wants to put it above her. And she's screaming and yelling because she doesn't want the chickens to go under the plane. And finally they let her on. And then comes a guy with a baby goat. Yeah. We got on, and so we're in the air, and now I'm thinking, all right, well, the flight it's like an hour, I guess. And 10 minutes later, the guy's like, okay, we'll be landing soon. I'm like, what do you mean landing soon? What I found out was this is like a bus. It stops in 6 places before you get.
shit.
Yeah. So they say takeoff and landing is the most dangerous part. So
You
I'm
had to
thinking,
deal with that 6 times.
6 times. You know, it's the only time I took a Xanax because I literally like I'm okay with flying. This freaked me out. Like, okay, 6 landings and takeoffs.
Yeah, what are the odds you're going to make all of them? You know.
Yeah. You know, and the first one we land at, you realize. That's dirt. There's no runway.
Yeah.
It's dirt. And I'm thinking, the security at the airport in Timbuktu is bad. What's it like in Mopti? Okay. You know, or Djenné where you're landing. Yeah,
right?
nothing. I mean, it's a guy with a dashiki on and he's got a flashlight. You know, that's, so he's like this with the plane, and, you know, like waving it in, thinking, oh, that's the symbol of authority here.
You're a modern day adventurer. You're an adventurer. Those things were gone in like the early 1900s.
This guy wants to die, man.
No, I
He
wants
to live.
No.
He's living.
I'll tell you, I went to,
Is your mother still alive?
Yeah.
Man, she must be freaking out at home.
Well, when I went to...
You must have, I don't know, you must have been ignored or something in class.
No.
Dude, seriously. What did your parents do to deserve this?
They're cool with it for the most part. The only part they're...
He's living his life. I have respect for Jonathan.
The only part they have a hard time with is it was a place like Afghanistan or whatever. But I'll tell you this, the craziest place... totally the only time I ever did this was on a total whim, go someplace. Usually I think about it, where I want to go and, you know, what I want to do.
Do a little research and whatever, right?
On a total whim. I went to Moscow, okay? That wasn't the whim, but we had like, I think it was 6 days, and we were kind of I knew that 6 days would be kind of too long.
What year? Set the stage here.
2000, it might have been 2000.
All right.
And we said, what should we do? What should we do? I was with a buddy of mine. I said, we have like 6 days. 6 days is too long in Moscow. Let's go somewhere in the region. So we did this thing where you ever play that game when you're a kid where you put your finger on the map, you close your eyes, and you just...
did that in Greece.
We did that. I went to Yerevan, Armenia. Okay? The only country where when you get there, every person you meet, it doesn't matter who they are, the first question, why are you here? Why are you here?
Oh, my God.
Every single question was like that. No one could understand why we went there. You have family here? No, no family.
Pointed at a map.
Why you come here? Why you come here? Why you come to Yerevan? Everybody there was asking us a question. It got to the point that I said, let's go. We left a day early. We flew back and we left, and it was a horrible snowstorm because this was in February. And I remember when we were landing, because that was the thing, you got to the airport and all the other airlines were closed. Aeroflot was still out, still flying.
That's right.
And I said, oh boy, this is not going to be good. And I was real nervous, and the guy was talking on his cell phone next to me and miraculously getting reception for most of the flight. As we landed, we're about to land, we went down, and then, you ever been on a plane when they like abort the landing?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was horrible.
Missed approach.
Up and down.
Yeah, terrifying. And then the pilot said something like, all right, we're going to try again.
Oh, yeah.
And the word try and land in the same.
We will try this again.
We try again.
Don't you worry.
They speak in English?
Yeah, well, they do an announcement first in Russian, and then they do it in a
few languages.
Miss Airport, try again.
So you travel a lot.
Aviation language.
Hey, Ian, you didn't ask him about the Moscow pussy.
Well, no, he travels a lot. What's your monthly bill for hookers? Seriously.
I don't know. Monthly bill for hookers?
Yeah. Come on, all you guys.
No, yeah. In West Africa, let me tell you, it's great because there's some great bars where all the truckers go in West Africa who go along the Trans-African Highway, which is nice because, I mean, it's safe there, I figured. It's pretty safe to me.
I love how you just figured this out. He just figures, Jimmy.
Jonathan doesn't do anything sexual. He makes scrapbooks when he comes home, but he fucking tapes matches in giant scrapbooks.
I have these. I keep a journal when I'm there, and so I tape everything into it. Like if I get a receipt from the airport, I write it in there. When I went to Vietnam, not my wife, my girlfriend at the time had she needed some tampons. Could not find the kind she wanted. We looked all over the place. And she got so mad at me because the only kind they had were this awful brand called Helen Harper. And I remember I cut out it's a picture of a woman on it, this horrible looking woman. And I cut out the box so that it was flat, and I taped it in my journal. She goes, why are you saving that? I said, because this is a good memento from Vietnam.
It's the time you were on your period and cranky.
Yeah.
Did you fuck her when she had her period? You like fucking chicks one day? No, seriously.
People get it.
Fucking wrong.
Stephen has from Bayshore. Now people are doing Ian lines. Armenian stewardesses are known for their tan labias. Really? Look it up. Look it up. Labias and Ian Halpern on Google. You'll see that. Armenian.
What did Jesse Ventura say?
Fucking
Mike Paint.
You didn't get into the Moscow pussy. I'm really surprised by you, Ian.
Moscow's insane.
Yeah, I was there before the wall fell down and all that, man. I was taking taxis.
I was there too before the wall fell.
Wasn't that wild?
I was there. Yeah, it was crazy.
When Leningrad was...
I was there when it was Leningrad, yeah.
Yeah, man. I used to take taxis there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give the guy a Beatles tape, a cassette. Remember
you just happen to have them?
I used to bring them because a taxi driver will take you all day for a pair of jeans. Ask him. Or a Beatles tape.
The black market, things like that. You could trade things. I went there in 1986 was the first time. When I came back in, I think it was 2000, the profound differences. I remember you could trade jeans, and then in 2000
it was Andropov then. Who was the
no
Gorbachev?
I'll tell you,
I was there in
Gorbachev, and that was a cum stain on his head, by the way. Google it. Really, it was a cum stain on his head.
Really, look it up on Google. Almost got it.
Gordon.
People are drinking out there today.
Did you get laid in Moscow in '86? Honestly,
no.
You did?
I didn't. No.
Well, you were a Jewish
communist
nerd.
pussy.
They wouldn't touch you. You're the only Jew that...
I was probably more paranoid then.
Why?
I don't know. I'm paranoid about diseases.
That was the time of what's his name, Sharansky, and all those people making headlines. It wasn't cool for a Jew to go there, man. They weren't too kind to the
I've never really listened to that. You know,
people want to know if you're a CIA spy.
Everyone asks me.
I've been obsessed with knowing if he's sending weapons.
You got a spy.
It's so funny because
CIA spy.
That's the problem. If you travel places in the world, because most people, have you ever seen the State Department website when they
No!
the travel warnings?
No! Why would we?
If you look at them, you read them, you basically won't go anywhere. And I just kind of stopped subscribing to that. So naturally, when you go travel places, people think, why are you going there? What's the real reason? Hey, a lot of the times it's just to check out the music or the people. And,
you want to check out the world, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to South Africa?
No.
You got to go there.
Why, Ian?
Yeah.
What's hottest chicks, nicest
No, South Africa's nice.
No, really.
You know where I want to go is Mozambique. That's supposed to be amazing.
You know,
the end of apartheid?
Mandela
You
married...
can just fuck, black chicks off the street. Just grab them.
No, really. South African black chicks are so fucking hot. I fucked with you in the 80s.
You absolutely have AIDS.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look it up. I don't have AIDS. Google. Google. Six umbrellas.
Yeah.
One shot. Look.
Are you that guy?
You have more shot of getting AIDS, with all due respect to her, from the pussy. You're, Jill Nicolini, man. She's been around the block. Garth Snow, all these people.
There's going to be a Jill update soon.
Have you ever licked her toes? Tell me the truth. Have you ever licked her toes?
No.
Ian's a foot guy.
Ian, are you that guy that goes to these places and you're that guy?
Not really. I'm a quiet guy.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend. I'm faithful. I have a kid. I'm not like you, man. I don't cheat on my wife.
Let's assume for a second you didn't have a girlfriend or whatever. Would you go to Africa? You wouldn't think twice about
I love black women.
Really?
Oh man.
What do you like about black women?
And I like licking them out.
I know, but there's
even
real
when they're on the rag. Seriously, it's so beautiful. Colors.
Oh boy.
It's like art. Have you look it up? African women. I know this guy loves women.
I do love women.
It's like chocolate-covered cherry. Have you ever licked out someone when they're on the rag?
No, I've done a lot of dirty things, but I've never done that.
That's true love.
But
it smells like pennies.
Even Jim Norton, I don't think would go to like West Africa, for example.
Yeah.
And mess around with hookers.
What's wrong with hookers? I don't mess around with hookers.
What's wrong with hookers?
The locals, man.
The clean girls have AIDS.
I don't have to pay like you. I know.
All right, Ian.
I don't have to pay.
You're using that shit as a tax write-off. I don't do that. I go there. And I deal with the locals.
I got a job for you.
It's called rape.
One more thing, Jonathan, that we need to know. We've all wanted to know. Ian, ask him about that bulge in the front of his pants.
We have to ask how big Jonathan's penis is.
We're not sure if it's a big ball or if he's packing some heat.
Do you got the Jewish long man syndrome? Like, how long is it?
How?
Yeah, like look, I'm playing with mine right now, right up here.
What was the line Milton Berle used to say? I'll take out just enough to
win.
To win, yeah.
Yeah, I think Bramstein's all cock.
You're packing?
I think he is.
What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got going on, Jonathan? Or is it just that you wear tight pants? We can't figure it out.
No pants that tight make a dick.
It's got to be in the schlong, right?
What are you saying,
A lot of
Ian?
Jewish men are well hung. You're one of them. Admit it.
I do okay. I'm all right.
You're getting it. Have you ever dated? Have you ever fucked one of your clients? A lot of these Hollywood
simply by managing them. Yes.
Sounds like I saw that softball lobbed over to Jimmy, man.
I've always wondered why Jimmy's not further along in his career. Now I know. He's too busy traveling the fucking world.
Have you ever fucked one of your clients, Jimmy? Line.
Where's the safest place you've been, Jonathan?
The safest place.
In this studio.
How's the pussy in the safest place?
I don't know. Safest place.
I'm joking. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That was just a
Have you ever been shot at?
Oh, that's a good question. Look at you. Not talking about pussy.
No, not really. Although there was a suicide bomber when I got to Afghanistan, but that was. I mean,
how close were you to that?
3 blocks.
From a suicide bomber?
Yeah.
And you don't have a death wish?
It was the first hour we got there. Walking through the lobby of the hotel, and you hear boom. And I went, oh boy, what was that? Someone turned to me and said, that was a bomb. I said, no, come on. Because at first you're like, nah,
what do you expect in Afghanistan?
20 people killed, 81 wounded. I mean, it was like, the first hour and a half in the country. So,
wow.
Yeah. But
Jonathan, do you get scared?
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared going there, and I was scared. I wasn't scared, surprisingly, when that happened. I was more scared when the car hit us when we were driving into further in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that does seem like one of those movie moments where they get out and just spray the vehicles with machine gun fire.
Yeah, I'm trying to. In West Africa, I got arrested. Well, I got detained in the train station.
Very casually.
In the train station, I got detained, and I did something really stupid, which was I had been videotaping the train. There's a train that goes from. It starts in Niger, but then it basically goes from Bamako, Mali to Dakar, Senegal. Now, imagine the train in Schindler's List, and that looks good compared to this train, okay?
Did they hose down the cars?
Let me tell you, this car, there's no lights in them. It's a 3-day journey, okay? There's nowhere to go to the bathroom. There's no lights. I mean, you see little kids jumping on and off the train as it's leaving the station, and I videoed it. I thought, this is just amazing. Look at this. So I videoed it, and then the next thing I know, this guy comes running out, and I'm like, whoa, he's yelling at me, screaming at me. He doesn't care. I mean, like, they got little kids jumping under the tracks, literally, as the train's leaving. He doesn't give a shit about that. He cares only about that I'm videotaping the train leaving. So he grabs me, and he makes me go in the office. And 2 security guards, or police, whatever they were, these guys come in, and they're yelling at me. And the stupid thing I did was, he said, finally, like, the one guy was like, okay, just erase everything you shot. And I basically didn't. What I did was I rewound it and I erased maybe 3 seconds of what I shot, and then, pretended like I had erased the whole thing. Cause I really didn't want to erase it. And, he believed me. He bought it. But, I thought, oh man, I could get arrested here. Like,
speaking of trains, did you ever pull a train when you were there? With like, one chick and a bunch of guys? Do you cheat on your wife?
No.
Honestly.
I don't cheat on my wife. No.
Look at me, because I have a good BS detector here. Look at me right in the...
I've been married...
Look at me right in the... How long have you been married?
Since November.
Do you cheat on your wife?
No, I don't cheat on my wife. No, at least not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You believe him?
Is she hot?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 36.
How old are you?
42. Well, 41. Sorry, I'll be 42.
And does she bang you every night? Is she good?
No, you gonna just whip it out and start jerking off to these stories?
I started answering the questions.
So why did you marry her, man? What? It's got to be sex.
Yeah.
What does she do? What's her background? You said she's not part of the tribe. What is she? Haitian? Where did you pick
Haitian?
her up?
Haitian? No, she's from the South.
Oh, yeah? What part? Southern people are nice, but
she's very nice.
I always say I dated a woman from Charlotte. No, from what's that place in South Carolina? That city there.
Charlotte.
Columbia.
Port-au-Prince. Beautiful.
Charleston.
She used to live in Charleston.
Charleston.
Let me tell you,
there's an expiry date on. Where's she from?
She used to live in Charleston, but
see, I told you, all these chicks from Charleston. Is she blonde?
Yes. She's from Arkansas originally.
Exact same thing, man. They chase rich guys, and there's man, I hope you have a good lawyer. I'm telling you, tape this. I hope you have a good fucking lawyer. I've been through this drill. I dated a woman from Charleston who lived in Nassau for years.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay, she moved there, and she did really well. But, man, there's an expiry. They know how to fuck. I'll tell you that. But there's an expiry date on these chicks. I'm telling you, man, you're going to...
Maybe it was you.
Brother to brother, man.
Really, they couldn't
brother
take
to
it.
brother.
It was just you, Ian.
I'm from a family of Holocaust survivors, man. The Holocaust is like, a picnic.
Damn, why couldn't it be 6,000,001?
No.
Right. Jonathan, or old taffy bag, as I call him.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I've never seen him fucking hit on chicks. Never.
And Jonathan's a very powerful man in Hollywood. What's wrong with you, Ian?
I thought Jonathan was gay for a while. I really did. I just think you were gay at first because you were so not into, like, you weren't a pig with chicks. And I met his girlfriend and his wife. And
too busy
when's this guy going to be worldwide? He's known all over the States. He's selling out Atlantic.
Good news is
that's good. But you got to hit it.
He's going to Haiti. He's going to do.
Are you
Jim's
serious?
going to Haiti. Yeah.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes. That's where his big comedy connections are.
Haiti.
What about the UK? Because there seems to be a difference in humor there. Like guys like Lenny Henry and all those guys. I don't get it. I go to those shows in London. I sit there. Everyone's laughing but me in the place.
Yeah. I mean, there's a difference, but I think, there's people in England that like Jim.
Have you performed in England?
Never. I always said no.
Why?
Because I think the guys that do very well in England are the guilty Americans who are like, yeah, Americans are stupid. And they do that fucking whore humor shit. And I'm a pompous American, and I fucking hate Europe.
Good for you.
Why can't you get these guys, Opie and Anthony, to replace Conan? I think they're better. Like, this guy's a disaster.
Yeah, what do you
Conan.
got in store for us?
To replace Conan.
Yeah, why aren't you hustling? Why the fuck are you here today wasting time?
Replace Conan? What do you mean replace Conan?
It's telling adventurer stories.
Replace Conan?
We gotta
replace Conan or replace...
Dude, I was at Letterman 2 years ago. I kid you not. Julianne Moore was on before these guys. I was in the audience watching these guys. And they're good on TV.
Did you wait in line?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely did. My friend's a fan of these guys from Canada.
Jonathan, what do you got in store for us? Maybe not Conan, but what do you got?
I don't know.
What's your idea for the Opie and Anthony show? How do we branch out?
I think you guys should do a TV show.
Hell fucking yeah, I think so.
I think so, too. I think so, man. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in.
Hey, Ian, your exclusive video is up on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio.
Hey, thank you.
Tiger Woods sex tape exclusive.
Thank you guys for having me. You guys rock. Everyone in Canada.
Supposedly you
Opie
only
and
gave us the news and no one else,
No, I'm
right?
not talking to anyone else.
If we find out
but
you gave anyone else the news, you're done.
You
You're
have
done
my
with
word.
our program.
Just
Done.
stop
Agents-
calling.
Do you know, the bigger story was the fact that you wouldn't give anybody the story.
Dude, I'm a busy guy. They're calling me. What's in it for?
That seemed to be the story.
What the fuck do I need that for? You know, I said to get off my back. My agent told me this week, dude, you got to speak to someone. So I said, okay, I'm going to these guys. These guys have had me on this year. They've made my book #1 New York Times bestseller. I said, I'm going to. They weren't greedy. They weren't phoning my agent 10 times a day.
No.
You know, they're terrible journalists. I gave it to them.
I love it. I know people out there hate you, Ian, but I have to say I love Ian Halpern.
No, I love you guys, man. These guys should be in Canada.
We are in Canada, XM Canada.
All over. 2 people listen to that. I mean, you guys got to be
You
on
might be
TV.
right, actually.
Get these guys a TV show.
Come on,
man.
Jonathan.
I'm the testimonial. I saw them on Letterman. There was a fucking crowd outside. Julianne Moore. No, they paid attention. They were all over these guys. Remember that?
A friend of
On the
mine.
side
Hey,
door,
wait a minute. I got a
people
great
with
idea.
Signs,
Yes.
chicks everywhere.
A friend of mine owns a TV station in Afghanistan.
I'm in.
I'll go there to do something. How cool is that?
Can't be any worse than XFL game day. Bring it all back around,
All right,
Opie.
well,
Bring it all back around.
We got to switch chairs now because these guys want me to take a powder. Look, guys, I thank you. You have
Take
my
a powder. Where
my
the
word.
fuck out of
we're
here?
in the show. We're in the
Don't
show.
make it seem like you're leaving like fucking
No,
Bing Crosby leaving Carson.
You got my word.
We're all
Dude,
leaving at the same time,
We're all
Ian.
leaving.
We're all getting out of
we
here.
have
Hold
one
on,
thing.
leave
We
one
have
at a time
one
like a bunch
thing.
of hobos?
We have one thing in common for life. Jill Nicolini.
I'm trying to, be a stand-up guy.
Has anyone else in here banged Jill
Let's,
Nicolini?
All right, why don't we,
vibes off
we're going
Jill.
to just wrap up. Jimmy's going to be at the Borgata.
Tonight, tomorrow,
this
both
weekend.
sold out,
We're all
yes.
going down there. I'm driving down. My car, my actual car, is waiting outside. I got to drive.
All right, good.
So I got to get the fuck out of here, Ian. Is that okay?
Hey, I'm cool with it, man.
Anthony will be
this
down
guy,
there. Jimmy will be down there. Jimmy, what else you promoting real fast?
My tickets for DC, or for actually Chase, it's Falls Church, Virginia, March 6th. Tickets are on sale as of 10 a.m. this morning. And Chicago area, Vernon Hills and St. Charles, March 12, 13. Tickets are also on sale as of now. You guys just go to my MySpace page for links.
Phone Mancow for Chicago. You know that guy, Mancow?
Yeah, this show doesn't get along with
You don't
Mancow.
get...
I know Cal from before, but...
you don't like Mancow?
you just blew it.
He's
Ian.
such a
what
dick.
happened?
We'll never see you again.
Oh, really? The guy's the king of Chicago, man.
Is he?
No? What's
Wow,
wrong
that's a
with
title
that?
of dubious
Sausage king of
distinction.
What has he done wrong? He's anti-Obama.
No, there was just a lot of strife
No.
between the radio shows.
He's just a phony
See, I don't
fucking
follow-
asshole piece of shit.
I live in the woods in Canada.
He's
I don't
a
follow
phony.
any of this shit. Yeah?
He is a phony.
You're better than that, Ian.
When you sit
Don't
here,
fall for that
when
fake radio
when
shit.
we talk and shit, it's like fucking, it's us.
Yeah, we're like
When we
you,
leave
we're
the
honest.
studio, we're just gonna fucking, we're just gonna fucking.
He's trying to bring
talk.
down Obama. I have heard that.
Oh wow, well,
A lot
good
of people
luck.
are, Ian.
Yeah, another guy with a littler show. What's his name? Rush Limbaugh. Yeah, he's trying to do the
he's a
same
bigger
thing.
show than Mancow.
Oh, literal Jim.
Hey, where's Chet?
What about Montreal,
Chip?
man? This guy should... You know, I'm from
Chip.
Montreal.
What would Chip say?
Jesus.
Are you going to get this guy in
something
Montreal?
horrifically unfunny.
Are you getting him in Montreal to the Just for Laughs? That's
He's
the biggest
done that
comedy
shit.
fest.
Yeah, he's
But they
done it.
headline the whole thing. Can you pull that off this year? Phone Andy Nolman.
It's a question if he wants to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I go to Canada. What am I going to say to everybody up there? Hey, guys, maybe I'm taking over or something. Nobody knows.
Chip.
Yeah.
Anything to promote, Jonathan?
No. Jim Norton. Go see Jim Norton.
Dangerous place
Jonathan's balls and dick will be appearing at the Tampa Improv.
What dangerous place are you going to next?
Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast.
Oh, right, you said that.
Yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Man,
Ian, I'm strangling
you
my
got
phone.
balls.
Abidjan, the capital of Côte d'Ivoire.
Does the wife travel with you at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How is it on the road with her?
Fine. Yeah, she did well. We went to Laos together. That was cool.
Does she shop a lot?
Not too bad, no.
Speaking of a louse.
Hey, wait.
What's Ian going to be
Anthony,
up to?
Anthony, wait. You will like Afghanistan for another reason. You could go there and you could fire surface-to-air missiles. They let you do that.
See, that's something I can't find a place to do here.
You would want to do that,
close,
right?
But I can't do that.
I mean, you
here.
would want to do that, I'm guessing.
Yes!
I know.
Especially at a vehicle.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ian, what are you promoting? We got to go for real.
I'm just promoting you guys, everyone. Opie and
Thank
Anthony
you, sir.
show on
Thank
Sirius
you.
Radio. They got the Tiger Woods exclusive. No one call me again. I guarantee you guys, I'm only talking to you guys just today. And everyone check out Big Jim over here. He smashed Jesse Ventura. He's going to kill Atlantic City tonight and Chicago, Washington. And let's get him on the road. Let's make him into the brand name, and let's get Opie and Anthony to replace Conan. Conan's a stiff. This show rocks.
Love
Thank
Ian.
you for having me.
See you later.
Turd.